Hey everybody, welcome to the AAA. Whoa, am I even? Yeah, my mic is on. Okay, there we go. Welcome to AAA episode 526. I'm not hungover. You're hungover. Am I hungover? Yeah, a little.
A little bit.
Yeah. And joining me in the sitting room here today is just Sam, because Drunkle's busy with work, and that's the way that it happens sometimes. Work is a bear, and you got to do what you got to do IRL. And Sinatra, same thing. Life things took over, and he can't be here, unfortunately. And so it came down to, well, I guess I'm just not going to do the show today. And then I felt like overcome by duty and thinking about the greatest audience online, the AAA audience. And so I thought, hey, I'm going to just throw together a show here, and I'm going to invite my good friend Sam to come on over because, Sam's chill like that.
Hello, that's me.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find you.
I don't know why I waved.
Well, hold on. You got an avatar here. Where are you? Where are you hiding?
I do.
Hold on. You got... Where are you, Sam? I got a fucking avatar for you. Where are you?
That's a good question. I'm the Picard.
Yeah,
somewhere down the line. I do believe.
I just don't see you listed here. Well, that's fucked up. I mean, I've even got this one still. Remember this one?
Which one's this? Hold on.
Well, yeah, you have to look at
Come on, stream, catch up.
Where the hell are you? I'm gonna have
the whisper on the wind.
There's no way around. I'm just gonna have to capture you new. That's fine. Well, okay, so Sam's here, everyone. Woo! Sam.
Hello.
Yeah. How's it going?
I'm excited, man. I'm feeling much better than I have been doing lately. The flu is it's on its way out. We have extradited it back to its home country.
You extradited the flu?
I did. It's been purged from my system. No, I'm still a little bit rough, but I'm not sneezing, I'm not coughing, and so I'm back on it. I'm back on life, Polly. I'm back on life.
How many times do I need to click on something where it says object doesn't exist? Apparently all the Picard PNGs don't exist.
Well, that's rude.
What, right? And I was like, okay, there's... You know what? You're going to be the Picard facepalm today because you have to deal with this shit. How about that?
I'm okay with that.
You like that?
I'm okay with that. I do. I'm still working on taking out the background of the Jean-Luc Otterman.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Picture there, isn't it?
I was supposed to say, wait, is that nice? And then, oh, wait. Yeah, right. You're taking out the background of it. I would love Jean-Luc Otterman. Yeah. Something wrong with that, man. Okay, anyway, in the meantime.
That's a real picture, by the way.
Really? That's not a face plant on it?
No, nope.
So
he actually did that.
So Patrick Stewart gets dressed up in a giant lobster outfit, and he's laying in a bathtub. And I mean, like,
with a
head to toe lobster outfit, chat. Why?
Oh, yeah.
Why did he do... All right.
We may never know.
I understand the guy's got a quirky sense of humor, but that's just crazy.
Maybe he was hungover.
Well, if he felt like I feel today, sweaty and cold sweats and whatnot, when you're sweating out the drunk, that's how I'm feeling, man. I never sleep above the sheets. You know what I mean? Like I always pull a comforter over top of myself. That's like, because the weight is part of why you sleep. It's like why weighted blankets and such. That's like, that's the signal that it's sleepy time to me. And I don't know, man. I couldn't last night. Too hot. I was sweating out the liquor. Yeah. It was a long, tossy, turny, confused kind of evening. All right, there. I got you.
The time proceeding, though, that was enjoyable, I take it.
What led to the drunkenness? Or the hangover?
Yes.
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right. It bugs me. Everybody loves when you do shit live. Everyone loves it.
It's true. They do.
Oh,
Fuckard 5. Hey,
Fuckard
asks, how was fun not being commissioned to create a Freedom Frog avatar? I mean, she sort of has, in a sense, in the sense that my the avatar I use on YouTube, that's based off of her original drawing that she did for Noir Bar ages back now. And then I got kind of crazy with it. I did. And my little brother saw it. And he's like, you know what that frog suit needs? I was like, what's that? He's like, that needs a tongue as a scarf. I was like, yes, it does. You're right. And so I made it horrific.
Oh. There you are, Sam. You're positioned. You're not even willing to look at us. You're just so disgusted. You're turning away from us all.
It's a bust.
It is a bust, literally. The whole show's a bust. So what? What are you trying to say?
He's harmless. Don't worry.
Boom. Okay. Card. I'm trying to move you beneath the everything, so you won't be, like the mantle clock on the landscape. You know what he wants that again.
Yes, the field clock. Oh, I just noticed as well. I mean, obviously, not including candles here, but there are 4 lights.
Well, hold on.
Actually, no, that's a reflection.
No, there aren't.
No,
turn the lamp off. I got that on a button, remember? Oh, God, you guys don't have a Tard Wrangler. Yeah, what are we going to do with Far? Not doing her job. Oh, no.
Oh. Operation Otter Lightspeed. Let's go.
Yeah. Where did his arm go? Because it's just a bust. But I love the idea that somebody did the Picard facepalm bust. I'm okay with that. I'm going to go figure out a better... you know what? I'm going to put a Picard face inside of a frog suit. I'll figure it out. Your avatar needs to come up often enough that I'll spend the time to do something, Never sleep above the sheets. Is that a euphemism for being gay?
Hey, can you guys fix this for me?
This is an ice cream shop.
Okay, can you guys fix this for me? And can I get a scoop of chocolate, please?
Is that how you're feeling today, Sam? With your hardware issues? It's just...
I mean, I wouldn't ask people in an ice cream shop, but I did get up to some surgery shortly before the show.
And for Sherman, thank you for the $14. Sup all, and Evil Stinky Frenchie. Can't wait for tomorrow since I get early access to Frostpunk 2. And I've been waiting since the first game for the sequel. And it looks like it's worth the wait. Frostpunk 2. Do you know about this, Sam? I'm ignorant.
I do not. I am also ignorant. Have a look-see here.
All right. In the meantime, right before we started the show, you tell him Steve Dave, or Steve Dave Father, thank you for the $1.69. You can understand on this day of Drunkle's drinking, why the Drunkle is not here today. But look how they massacred my ratio. This will not do. Smash that like button, or get clipped. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm okay with threatening Chad to hit the like button. I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it does need to be touched.
It needs to be touched, like the like button in Streamlabs.
I keep forgetting that I got all these sounds on my sound pad.
I got buttons, Polly. You got buttons.
I know. How they massacred my boy. I mean, yeah, I can declare jihad on the like button. Hit that like button. Like you had non-existent religious justification.
I do love that one.
What, declaring jihad on the like button?
Oh, yeah.
Far doesn't. That's one of her least favorite ones. And I think it just confuses Drunkle. He's like, I don't understand. What's he yelling? We've been over that a few times, and it's, yeah. Oh, well.
It's Arabic gobbledygook. No, wait. It's Arabic gibberish.
Yeah. The, well. Yeah, okay, yeah. There, it's all working. Good. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very moist.
We just smash things until they work around here, guys. That's the way that this happens. Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what interests me is that the back of a Stream Deck has the attachment point for one of the extendable arms and the spring-mounted armatures for a mic or whatever the fuck. I've never seen anybody do that. That fascinates me, the idea that somebody would have like things suspended in the air and positioned all around with armatures, including their Stream Deck box.
Oh, no, that sounds like work.
I don't know, man. You could almost get like a cockpit situation going with all of your keyboards and whatnot.
Oh, I do like cockpits.
Yeah. I knew a guy who had a separate numpad on one of those arms.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
whenever I'm
yeah.
punching in data, which is what he did for his job in part.
Liquid Kitty.
I forgot that I put that on. Wait a minute, which one did you get?
I got Liquid Cat.
You got Liquid Cat? Oh, it was
I did.
Grievous error. Grievous lightsaber error is what went out. I have
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I
I've
have
seen
no
it.
idea why. And for Sherman, thank you again for the $5. Easy way to explain Frostpunk is the first game takes place in the 1890s when the world freezes over and a new city from the British Empire tries to survive the new frozen hell. Now the new one. One of two. Oh, okay.
I see.
That reminds me. Maybe I should just check my donations, and maybe that's why the $5 is constantly fucking up, because I got 10 things turned on for $5. That's possible. Oh shit, that reminds me. So Gamerword at $6 is turned on, as is my brand new donation at $5.25 in honor of Trump's second assassination attempt. Fucking hell. Yeah, that one's on at $5.25, and that pisses me off, and we'll certainly be talking about that today. And Sam didn't know about that until right now. So we got Gamerword at $6, Mighty Faggot at 45, and because it's my show and my channel, they're turned on because we don't give a fuck here. So, and also now $5.25 at Missed Me at $5.25.
Guys, I do need to see that one. So, if you've got the spare shekels, toss that one out. I ain't seen that one yet. It's fresh on me too.
Yeah, it was one that I grabbed a clip of a while back, and I was like, oh, I need to turn this into a donation. Then I didn't get around to it, and then eventually did. So I was like, oh, fuck that. This is like Gamerword Part 2. It's perfect. And so, yeah, I'm happy about it. Let me bring
looking forward to it.
Screen. Okay, so, Sam, tell me again about your problems with your mouse. Because I was trying to follow you and couldn't. Because I don't know, there's a lot more tech savvy people in chat than me, and they're probably going to know what the hell you're talking about a lot better than I did.
Okay, so long story short, I bought a new mouse because my old one had that for about 8 years, 9 years, something like that. And just one problem after another, and a bit broke off, like where the left click key went into the thing.
God damn it, motherfucker!
Okay, but did you get Gamerword, Sam?
I did.
I'm reminded of the famed words of the bard himself when he said, and I quote, "Miss me, faggot." I'm reminded of the famed words of the bard himself when he said, and I quote, "Miss me, faggot."
Oh, that was rapid fire.
Yeah. Let me fix the $6 one. I have no idea why there's 3 things set up for it. That pisses me off. There shouldn't be. Yeah, Nightmare Squid Cat is turned on. Gamerword's turned on. I'm confused, Sam.
Really? I thought you were Polly.
Hilarious.
I know, right? Do you want to get all them, or shall I continue on with the mouse capades?
Well, give me a quick sec. I will hit Gamerword manually and then fix it, and then we can. While you're telling me about the mouse thing and chat as well, I'll figure out the donation shit behind the scenes. There we go.
A gamer word.
Woo!
Oh. Faggot.
Not the gamer word.
I know. Oh no. Have you
on a Monday?
Did you say? I know. People don't know what to think. I just think people push that a little bit too far. My thoughts on that. I was watching Van Skyver's Trash Cast last night, the one that I missed from a couple days before.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the beginning of Captain Planet? That old cartoon.
I've never. Never watched any Captain Planet.
You've never even seen the intro?
Nope. Not
Okay,
once.
so it's what you would imagine, 90s cartoon, Captain Planet, the Planeteers, and it's like, so the 5 kids have 5 power rings.
I'm reminded of the famed words of the bard himself when he said, and I quote, "Miss me, faggot."
I should probably just clip it and turn it into a donation. It's aimed at one of the jackasses that used to be Comicsgate and then left and then became really critical of Van Sciver afterwards, just to, I don't know, stay in the mix or whatever. And he gathered these groups around him. Parnell, that's Thomas Parnell, was the guy's name. He gathered a group of people around him that, oh yeah, well, let's all be critical in this same way and somehow promote ourselves and kiss ass to the people that are this guy's enemy. Is real gay, real faggot move, in other words. So somebody clipped together a donation, beginning with all the 5 kids with their power rings for, I don't know, earth, water, air. You get the idea. Captain Planet, the Planeteers, right? And when they combine their powers, Captain Planet shows up. So it's greed, jealousy, envy. When we combine our powers, it goes,
I have seen that. I have
Captain
seen that version of
Faggot,
it.
he's the man.
Yeah.
Like, it's priceless. And this is what plays at the beginning of his stream. I think people are a little bit too tense around that. Actually, I said, let me, you can go ahead and talk about your mouse. Give me a sec to read these off, and then we'll go there. Doc, thank you for the $6. Polywords and Polyrants, 2 things I'll drink to. Yeah, here's to you, buddy. It's usually I've been drinking when I'm doing that. Not now, because hair of the dog that bit me is a little bit too much right now. OST, thank you very much for the 525. If I had a nickel for every time someone tried to assassinate Trump, I'd be an extremely cheap assassin. Nice. You tell him Steve Day, thanks for the 525 for Sam, and thanks for reading everything except the 3rd word this time around. Did I really screw up what you wrote that bad? I don't think so. I came up with this thing, I'm going to read, like if somebody donates $1, we'll read every 3rd word. And it ended
I'm
up...
reminded of the famed words of the bard himself when he said, and I quote, "Miss me, faggot."
I'm starting to get the sense that people are trying to take my channel down. And for Sherman with the second part, for the $4 and the Paratrooper Kitty, the new game takes place in the 1920s, and the old leader has died. And now you have to play as the new steward that takes leadership with the discovery of oil and politics that has come back from the dead. Really? That sounds like... What's the game that's undersea, under the water, deep sea?
Oh, Subnautica.
Is it Subnautica with the underground structure where you're going through and everyone's dead except for the one leader who's still there and he's...
No, that's Bioshock.
Is that Bioshock? And he's quoting all the
Andrew
badly understood objectivism from Ayn Rand?
Yeah. Did fucking, Atlas shrugged, and then Atlas shrugged, and then some 1984. Would you kindly?
As much as I've heard about Bioshock, nobody told me how deep that is. I bring it up because it's like this game that
it's solid, man.
Sherman's talking about sounds like deep as hell. Frostpunk 2. Like Frostpunk sounds like it's like involved in world building and shit, like resurgence of the British Empire, and then we discover oil, and then politics come back, and then like wow. Doc, thanks for the 525. The nightmare squid is turned on. Butthole puckers in fear. Nice. Kira Soldier, thank you for the 525. Well, the leftist crazies came out yet again to claim Trump has staged his second attempt. Oh yeah, we'll be talking about that. That's already the claim, Sam.
Let's do this.
Oh yeah.
God. Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I really knocked that one out.
I'm reminded of the famed words of the bard himself when he said, and I quote, "Miss me, faggot."
Godspeed, Razor Fist. You're a legend in your own time, man. You really are. I'm such a fan. Woo. No, you're not wrong, Carol Soldier. We'll definitely be talking about that with the claims against it. They staged a second attempt. One guy stated that we need red flag laws before I could retort. The article vanished from Facebook. Shit. Yeah, that's been the thing. Is it's like, what do you think that they did? Republicans pounce, of course. We need gun control now. That's how this happened. Right, sure. Yeah. It's 9/11 happens, and it's like, we need box cutter control. That's the thing.
We need air traffic control.
You tell Steve Dave, thank you for the 1075 and the priestly sea walk. Yeah, that was a Sinatra thing, reading every third word. But you would believe that this dono shows that the guy tried to kill Trump? This dono shows that the guy tried to kill Trump? Really? Priestly sea walk.
I don't get it. I'm reminded of the words of the bard. That missed me.
Mando Raider, thank you for the 525. What was that speed run to get your channel killed? I think you're on it, Mando. Everyone's hitting that fucking missed me, faggot, as much as they can, and I'm okay with that. All right, Sam, let us have it. What happened with the mouse?
Okay. So, long story short, got a replacement mouse. I picked up a Logitech. Logitech? What am I talking about? No, it's a G502X. G502X. The latest edition of the 502 Hero. Slightly bigger, slightly longer, slightly wider. And I got the cabled one because exactly. I don't like wireless mice. I don't. The idea that they'll drop out on me in the middle of a gaming session or editing or whatever the hell, right? No, can't do it. So I got the wired one.
There it is. Sam.
Yeah.
In case chat's wondering, this is the G502X right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks a little bit space age, but that's not why I got it. I got it because it's got a lot of buttons on it, and it's large enough to actually fit in a gentleman with larger hands, and it can be palm gripped as well.
I'm reminded of the famed words of the bard himself when he said, and I quote, "Miss me, faggot." A gamer word. Faggot.
That was a perfect confluence. Well done.
I'm feeling that I was kidding about the speed run to the end of my channel, but all right. And for Sherman, thank you for the 525. It's a city builder, and it shows how humans will bounce back in survival when the planet changes. This is Frostpunk 2 and 1, I guess. He's talking about. It's a pretty interesting game, and they even have an intro for the second game on YouTube. I'm gonna check that out. I'm curious because, I mean, speaking of Razor Fist, I was a big fan of watching him play BioShock a few times. You think I would have caught the name of it because I watched him play that game for hours and hours. And the man has a background in formal study philosophy when he took his undergrad degree. So he's actually informed enough to be able to say, that's not what Ayn Rand thought. That's not objectivism. And that's fine. It's just, let's... Razor Fist always runs a great game stream. And... Doc, thanks for the $6. Speed run to early YouTube retirement. Any percentages? That's cold, man. That's cold. Even if my channel gets shut down, I'll be back. I'm just kidding. If my channel gets shut down, that's it for me. I'm just kidding. I'll be back. Fuck them. Fucklestock, thank you for the $2. Sam, do you have extra channels already created in case your main channel gets banned?
Maybe.
Yeah? Because, I mean, once your channel gets banned, you can't create any new channels. Otherwise, that alone...
Is that what they're saying?
That is what they say, yeah.
Game on, faggot.
And you got your head
Yes!
all
The way up it! You know what?
Oh, we love it.
I am going to... Estonia. Thank you, Estonia, for the 1375. I hope you had a great birthday, Polly, if you can remember it.
Gamer word.
Oh, my God.
Oh. Faggot.
I'm starting to sense waves of contempt. I don't know. Maybe we've been sick of your bullshit for years. Your running gags ain't so funny, Polly. All right. I do actually remember swaths of my birthday. I did go back yesterday and jump around in the stream, the Noir Bar stream. I don't remember whole parts of it. Because it was like 7 hours.
Something like that. I don't remember most of it, man, and I wasn't even drinking.
I mean, it was 7 hours and 45 minutes, but we were like 45 minutes of the wait screen before we went live. And no, not all of that was before the actual start time chat. It was, I always like to start the wait screen so people got a place to hang out and chat and whatnot if they want to show up early and just chill.
Yeah, it's a public service, really.
Yeah. So, yeah, and of course, listen to my own cultivated, curated playlist of awesome 40s hits. Yeah, so it took us about 45 minutes to get started. So, yeah, it did actually run for about 7 hours, that stream. And, yeah, there's old parts of it that I don't remember.
Oh, God damn it, motherfucker.
Well, okay, taxation is theft went out, and I don't understand how. So here, I'll hit a test I'll hit gamer word manually for you, even though I don't. All right, maybe it was in contempt. I don't know.
A gamer word. Oh, faggot.
That was Last Royal Raven saying, "Hey, we need to run a faggot train." Oh wait. That was good. That was good. And Shadowcat, thank you for the $2 and the bubbles. To a better day than mine. My car is down, so I just biked 5.6 miles to get to work, and then have to do it again after I clock out. I plan on enjoying adult gummies to deal with the pain tomorrow. Nice.
Not a bad idea.
Have you ever
You
eaten gummies, lollies, anything along those lines? CBD, THC, anything?
I mean, space cakes loads of times, sure.
Never gummies. Never gummies. Do you have my link on for Stone Age or something?
No, send me a quick your Streamlabs and your Twitter, please, and I will post them immediately. And for Sherman, thank you for the $2. Here's a link for it. It's really cool. I think the chat will like it also. Actually, I'm going to play that. Thank you for the link. You tell him, Steve Dave, thanks for the $6 and the gamer word. Who is this guy again? He went on a rant about April O'Neil being a short, fat black chick with a more recent iteration of the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, true. And he wasn't wrong. Being an old TMNT fan, much as Razorfist is, his rant was dead on. Also, that $10.75 donation was supposed to be Goofy Uzi Polly. Max did it. Okay, I'll hit that one manually for you. Festonia, here's a $13.75. Right, that was the Priestley Seawalk that somehow demonstrates that Trump was not making it up and he really was being shot at. I still don't understand that. And finally, Fuckle Snuck, right up there with Fucktard5 for some of the best names online that we've ever heard. Fuckle Snuck, thanks for the $2. I see Sam is also a dear member of the Cult of Cable. Yeah.
I'm indeed.
That's a gamer thing, though, right? Because you just don't want any kind of delay whatsoever. Is that why?
Yeah, pretty well, yeah. It's not even so much the latency side of things. It's just if if it wanders out of range or I don't know, maybe localized signals getting crossed over and all that kind of game of words, all that kind of bullshit. Yeah, I really hate the idea of me because one of the things that I do on one of the games I play is I play a hardcore character, right? Which means if it dies at all. Everything's gone. And I've currently got about 1,100 hours in that. So,
Really?
yeah, having a character die because I can't click to get the hell out of Dodge, that would be mildly frustrating.
Turkey.
I got turkey Slurpee.
Last Royal Raven, 1325, a very appropriate donation for today. Okay, and I'm looking for it. I hear you. You know what? It's not even, I hadn't even thought of the Goofy Uzi thing in a while. That's what they're trying to hit, and it's not coming up. And so instead they're getting like Turkey Slurpee or a whole bunch of other things. It's not even loaded. Like on Streamlabs, it was deleted. It's not even listed there.
Weird.
Yeah. But that's okay. I got your back. There's a reason I save everything. Don't ever upload stuff to the cloud and assume that you've just got it because, things like today will happen. That's okay. I'm going to play it for you manually. Goofy Uzi. There she be. Okay, boom. Minimize that. Video capture. Yeah. Oh my God, we're so professional. Okay, there, centered. Bring it back. Turn the volume all the way up. Boom.
They've been laughing since I can remember, but they're not gonna laugh anymore.
No, Mike, no. Oh.
And once more, as it was hit a second time.
They've been laughing since I can remember, but they're not gonna laugh anymore.
Look, I mean, that's good use of blood effects. Look at that.
It certainly is.
And look at him. He's oh no, Max, don't do it. No. I am going to leave that MP4 up so I can re-add it later. Sorry about that, chat. Yeah, I'm going to get that all fixed. And for Festonia, I am going to redo a copy of, I've been promising to do that for a while, and I am going to redo a copy of She Got a Great Ass! I will HD it for you, man, because I don't like the way that it looks. Every time it comes up, I'm like, I can do better than that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Better than that. But, you know, you can do better than that. I can see the points of improvement waiting to be made.
Now, have you heard my problems with the Logitech mouse that I bought? That's kind of like this.
I have not.
I mean, I've got it right up there, and it just kind of sits there. I've got two. Did I tell you the story how I got two?
Well, I would imagine you bought two because... No, wait, no, you did tell me. But
I didn't buy two at all. I bought one. I bought one, and I couldn't get it to work. You know what? Most people, you know what? To my own credit, most people would not tell this story. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to tell the story, okay? I don't care how bad it makes me look, because it's funny, and that's what counts. I bought one.
Now, so fuck it.
I couldn't get it to work. I couldn't get it to attach. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I couldn't even. You know what the problem was, Sam?
What was the problem?
Take a guess. What's the most boomer ass thing that somebody could have done?
You didn't put a battery in it, or the little switch on the underside of it was not switched on.
Oh, you were kind of close with the first one. I did indeed put a battery in it because it came with one. I didn't pull the little plastic piece out of there to allow the contact between the positive post of the battery and the contact.
Oh, bro, I remember. Oh god, I remember being at a range with a guy that never shot a gun before. And he'd done all this reading on guns, right? All this reading, and he gets to pull the trigger and nothing happens. And he's like looking at this thing completely and totally fucking nonplussed, and he left the safety on. That was the mental image I got.
In all of his reading, he never came across a safety.
Right. It was a simple thumb safety, right?
All right.
Look, I didn't laugh at him at the time because you just don't. This is the range etiquette, all right? Don't laugh at the newbies. We were all there once. But I did laugh afterwards.
Nice. Oh, wait a minute. This is your URL. Right.
Yeah, the long one. Yeah. I put them in code boxes for easy copying.
Right. I appreciate that. I meant if you could hit me up also with your Streamlabs URL for chat.
Oh, shoot.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, yeah. What is it be? Why is it not saved in this
Sam's
browser?
donations are turned on screen, and Sam's about to hit me up with the link so y'all can donate to him, you generous so-and-sos. Let me put your X link.
There you go. Now, of course, remember, people, you are not under any obligation to tip, but anything that does come through is greatly appreciated. It's not Noir Bar, so I can't do the usual spiel, but it does help keep the snow flowing. And the candles are glowing.
There.
And
Sam's...
and the avatars are showing.
Sam's X link is below, as well as his Streamlabs link if you want to donate. And I have his donations turned on. And I just got a message from Sinatra that he might be able to make it. He's not at home at the moment, but is on the way. Hang on. Is that a frog guy here? Oh my God, Weebo's in chat. What the hell?
It is a frog that you hear.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, real quick. Yeah, just while it's in my mind. Fostonia, thank you for the $20. Replay.
Did you do a donation of Elmo losing his mind and murdering?
I did. It was shortly after I saw the Max one for the first time.
Okay.
I was like, I have an idea. It's not the best editing job that anybody's ever done. It's really, really not. But I enjoy it. It's kind of funny because he kills the autist. Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for studying for the $20. He says, training off a Brit and a Yank for a froggy. I'll take that trade. What a rare treat getting Sam on the AAA.
Oh, I know.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. It is. Yeah. We have to double down on our patriotism because, you know, the Frenchness and all. You understand. But
I do.
Other than that, yeah, it's pretty great. I consider Sam like a Revolutionary War era Frenchman, if that makes sense.
That is actually probably a pretty accurate description of my feelings on international relations between the occasionally allied forces of the West. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love this Festonia. Oh no, wait, it was Lisa in chat saying, "Now I got talk shit, get shot stuck in my head." The $25 donation, and it's like, what's to get stuck in your head? It's not that catchy. You could get hit with the fifth, twisted with the biscuit. I mean, come on.
I'm reminded of the famed words of the bard himself when he said, and I quote, "Miss me, faggot."
And for Sherman, thank you for the 525. How I feel when I win an argument against a lefty and he tries to call me a racist. That should be, I would love that to be a meme thing. Of just that shot of Razor Fist and it's like, missed me, faggot, is the implied response. So yeah, like if Sherman says, when a lefty calls you a racist or somebody comes with something like just out of the blue that's got nothing to do with what you were talking about and it's some total SJW shit. And he's just, yeah, here, this picture, that's for you. You just call me a faggot. No, I didn't.
I did not hit you. I did not.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you, Weibo's massive snail trail, for the $4.20. Trading a Welshman out for the Frenchman? Well, at least the sheep are safe. Yeah. Till we run out of beef, anyway. And horses.
Wow. Look at that,
Good
Sam.
Lord.
I know. Here, chat, look at this. I mean, that is a hell of a thumbnail for the North Hollywood shootout video, huh?
No kidding.
I mean, I'm just going to take that off the screen. I mean, that probably will end my channel. Let me just...
That's pretty dire, man. That's pretty dire.
Yeah, if you don't know the story of the North Hollywood shootout or what happened there, it's a fascinating police tale. It's, Weibo's not amused, Sam.
Is she not?
That's what she said. Literally, in this case.
Weibo, I don't write the usernames. That's other people. That's other people. Don't look at me.
I think she knows
no
that,
idea.
Just,
Well, you see. I'm breaking down the joke for her, Polly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she kind of... Yeah. You know, I was talking to her about you the other day, and when we were having this conversation, it got over.
Oh, dear.
I leaned into that a little bit with her. And I was like, yeah, you know, once we've already got one person we're explaining the joke to, when you show up, it's kind of like, I don't know, feels redundant.
Can you hear us? Captain!
Do you hear us?
Can you hear this, Sam?
No.
Damn it.
A generation ago.
Chat can hear it. This is just the... Oh, here, let me turn it on.
Look at that skin texture.
As the world surround us.
Huh.
I held New London together.
I see how you got in the wheelchair.
In united.
I'm sure our stone-licking friends didn't enjoy you doing
We
that.
survived 30 years.
Oh man, yeah, look at the skin texture. Cutscenes on this look pretty cool. Bubble.
But the world around us is dead. Empty.
Cool. It's like one of the assassins from Assassin's Creed showed up to be like, stick them in their ribs. They'll never see it coming.
Ribs.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to go ahead and this was the link that M4 Sherman dropped to me in that donation. It does look cool, but I think I'm pressing my luck with copyright, so I'm going to cut that off. But there's the link in chat if you guys want to check out the Frostpunk 2 cinematic game, official game intro cinematic. There we go.
That does look pretty bloody good.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the intro to the Fellowship of the Rings?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Really?
A little bit.
Like, what?
When Galadriel's giving the speech about, you know, and some things that should not have been forgotten. that whole spiel.
No.
It's
Boom. Carol Soldier, thank you very much for the $2. Hey! I've had a man talk about the Ashkenazi Turks trying to eliminate the indigenous Palestinians and how the Greeks and Romans always referred to the region as Palestine. Any thoughts on that?
Man.
Ashkenazi Turks trying to eliminate the indigenous Palestinians. There's no such thing as indigenous Palestinians in that way. I mean, if you want to talk about who originally, my thoughts, if you want to talk about who originally owned that land, how far back do you want to go? That is at what point? Because before there were, before there were any Arabs there was, before that, who was there? Well, I mean, starting from the current era, before now, there was Jews. Before that, there was Arabs and Jews. Before that, there was Christians who controlled it for a good while. It's like, should we return it to 1099 and the Kingdom of Israel under Christian control? Under a Frenchman's control, actually, Godfrey de Bouillon.
I mean, depending on how far back you want to go, I mean, like, okay, you've got the city of Gaza, you know, or Gaza as it is now, you know, under the Canaanites.
Right. You want to go? You want to go pre-Jewish before the Jews came in from Egypt after being released from their bondage? They came in and fought the Canaanites, and they were now the most populous group there. Are they the ones that are in control of it? So no, I don't have. The Romans always called it Palestine. Is that what we're going to appeal to? Because if you want to appeal to what the Romans said about stuff, hey, I'm all for it. I just don't think you'll be. You know what I mean?
but Palestina was what the fucking Romans called the section of like old North Canaan where the fucking Philistines came in. That's why they called it Palestina.
Yeah, literally in reference to the Philistines. And the argument goes, and I don't actually know that part of history very well, though I've heard the argument repeatedly and in academic circles too, that it's the only reason that the Romans named that, it was following the Bar Kokhba revolt of 136. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Somewhere in the 130s.
Correct, yeah.
When the Jews were 100% exiled from the city of Jerusalem and so on, and the entire region was truly under Roman control. No more Jewish revolts. And then they renamed the region Palestine to name it after the traditional enemies of the Jews, the Palestinian or the Philistines, the Palestina. I don't understand what the Romans called it has to do with anything, because to me it's like, did you know there was a soccer team from Palestine?
I wouldn't surprise me.
And it was all Jews. Because at the time, it was all, I mean, what do you want? Right. Like, okay, you want to go with the name Palestine? It doesn't mean a bunch of Arabs are now in control of it. Like I said, there was a Palestinian soccer team and it was all Jews. Well, yeah, before the modern nation state of Israel, following the Balfour document, yeah, it was just Palestine, and it was still all Jews. The Jews with their Zionism and let's return to the land of Israel, they were returning to Palestine. They saw no problem with that. I mean, the name doesn't really carry a lot of weight as much as people will act like it does, in my opinion.
The stupid part about it is the so-called Palestinians, they don't really call themselves Palestinians in anything other than English. You know why? Because in Arabic they don't have the letter P.
They don't have that sound in Arabic? I didn't realize that.
No.
That's funny.
No. Like in much the same way as like in what do you call it? Northwestern Indian dialects. They don't have the letter P either, so you know, you'll hear a lot of B instead. They don't say paper, they say beber.
Nice. And for Sherman, thank you very much for the $2. And now you see why I'm excited about Frostpunk 2 coming out on Friday. I do. Legitimately, it looks like a cool game. I'm really into games with great world building, and you said it's like a city building game. So, I mean, yeah, world building that you're personally involved in, that does strike me as really cool. It goes on to say, hell, the first game had a better intro because it showed how horrible London looked before the people escaped the city. Nice. Topical.
Yeah, it kind of, I was getting like a vibe between sort of like midway between BioShock and the Metro games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever seen them, Polly.
I have.
Or read any
Yeah.
of the books. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
wait,
I'm not a
used
fan
to-
of.
Sorry, go ahead. I just remembered something.
So I'm not a huge fan with how they took the Metro series when it came to Exodus. Kind of, I don't know, man. It kind of killed a lot of the replay value because like now it's like okay, there's a bunch of people, you know, living 3/4 of an hour up the fucking highway. It kind of killed a lot of the the replayability factor there. But no, I recently went back and started replaying some 2033, and yeah, good game. I love the fact that the currency, you know, I know this is not an original opinion by any stretch of the imagination. But I love the fact that the primary currency is what would you call it? Factory manufactured bullets, good bullets, as opposed to, you know, the dirty bullets that everybody crafts at home. Because bullets are the most important sort of day-to-day item in this universe. I greatly appreciated that. I really did. It was a nice touch.
One thing I forgot to do here, because I was doing like 10 things at one time. Steve Dave asked, what channel was that? There, I just put the link in chat, Razor Fist. And his name and his URL, the O in Razor is spelled with a 0, because I guess somebody else had grabbed the name beforehand. Either way, if you just type in Razor Fist and ignore the zeros, you'll still get to his channel, because it's by far the most subscribed to channel. But yeah, no, you should absolutely check it out. His game streams are a hell of a lot of fun, and he does, because of Razor Fist Arcade, he does it every Friday or Saturday night, and they are easily some of my favorite game streams. As somebody who's not even a real hardcore gamer, I still love watching them because of the commentary and the questions and the discussion. And he's, well, what the fuck do I know? But he seems like a pretty good gamer. He can make it through all of them, and he doesn't pick shitty games. And plus, he's a guy who loves Westerns, and he loves comic books, and these are all great things. Pretty much everything I know about heavy metal comes from him. So, yeah, lots of great material. His Metal Mythos series, if you're into metal at all, is really worth watching. He does...
Well, if you're not into metal at all, watch it anyway. It's really good.
Yeah. Everything that I know about like different bands, like I said, I'm not really deep into metal at all. And still, all of them were fascinating. Black Sabbath and Motorhead, and he did the Ramones. I'm trying to remember. He's got like a good dozen of them at this point. He uses the albums as a way of chronologically going through the band's history. They came up with this album, and this is what was going on with them at the time, and here's the tracks. And he cannot monetize any of them because he's playing a whole bunch of copyright music, right? Doesn't care. He's doing it. It's a passion project. If you're not a fan of Michael Jackson, strongly recommend you watch the musical Mythos. Same concept that he does on Michael Jackson. Fuck, that video's good. You really get a sense of how Jackson became the king of pop. He's not just a meme. Like his, fuck the talent, man. It's incredible that guy just oozes. And not to mention his videos on how Michael Jackson was pretty badly and falsely accused of doing a whole bunch of shit with kids that he never actually did, with very little proof. And he made the worst mistake you can possibly make in that situation. He settled. If you settle during a civil case like that, you might as well announce to everyone that you actually did it.
Yeah.
He took the advice of lawyers, and guess what? A whole bunch of accusers lined up because they wanted a payday too. because he had just demonstrated to everyone that fresh meat, you know what I mean? That was blood in the water. I'm willing to settle. And they knew that he had hundreds of millions of dollars. So yeah, pay me too. I'm going to accuse you too.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I mean, there are things that you settle for, right? There absolutely are things that you settle for. Especially as like a, business or business owner or what have you. Wrongful termination? Yeah, settle for that. Settle for that. Miscreants with children? Don't settle for that.
No. I mean, even if it ends up costing you a lot, it'll cost you more to settle, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's.
I mean, these days, and rightly so. If there's some suspicion about you, being untowards with children or something like that, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have a career in public life. That'll give you access to hundreds of thousands of people, some of them ostensibly children. But yeah. Don't settle for that shit. Your reputation's worth more than all the money on the planet. It really is.
Yeah.
When it comes to that.
Absolutely. Hey, you want to do some schnews?
Yeah, let's do some schnews.
Okay, let's do some schnews. Just looking at the time and a whole bunch of things going on. And let us, before we get started, if you haven't hit that like button already, please feel free to hit that like button. I'm just going to turn the lamp on there. There are now 4 lights, Sam. Hit that like button or go over to the Twitter and retweet the twit or the X or the Xum. What do they call a tweet on X now?
Post. It's kind of boring, really.
Yeah, it is. Like you couldn't thought up a better name, like an excerpt.
See, I tried to get a whole kind of like, X post, cross post kind of thing going for a little while there, but it didn't. It just didn't.
Yeah. What have we been doing? Welcome to Noir Bar. Okay, let's...
I don't know. We've been kind of rapid fire today. Probably normally we're much more relaxed on Noir Bar.
That's true.
We've been rattling off. Oh, speaking of metal, and when Lisa earlier on said, she's got talk shit gets shot in her brain.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever release it, but I am working on a European rendition.
A European rendition of Talk Shit Get Shot.
Yeah.
I want to hear
no
this.
Guns. Uh-huh.
I'm looking forward to
I'm
this.
working on it. I'm working on it. It's in the works. Let me cook a little while longer, and I'll.
I mean, you try and come in the face of Americans with our nicknames for guns: the Fifth, the Biscuit, the Ratchet, the Shoddy, the Pump. Like, I mean, okay, come with it. All right, I want to hear this.
Fooled with the tool, Polly. Fooled with the tool.
All right. Will this show go on for 7 hours? Weibo was blown away that we did the 7-hour stream on my birthday. But that was fueled by caffeine and alcohol.
Yeah. And lack of fast supervision.
No, she was there, but errant in her responsibilities as usual. Am I right? Okay. Snooze. Fake $100 bills spew from a U.S. bank's ATM as customers receive paper marked for motion picture purposes.
You could get killed by the police for those bills,
Well, okay.
Make sure you can breathe. I'm just saying.
More than a dozen people received $100 bills marked for motion picture purposes and in props we trust when they visit an independent bank ATM in Providence, Kentucky. The NBC-affiliated news station WFIE reports. Wifey reports? Is this a real story?
This feels like a fake story.
This looks like a fake story.
I mean, it's on the dailyhodl.com.
Yeah, ideas and insight for the digital economy. News and insights for the digital economy. It felt real. It looked real. Just like a crisp new $100 bill. In a statement, Independence Bank says it will continue to work with our ATM vendor and customers to assure corrective action.
Oh, man. Go Kentucky's fucking local economy, though. People going to the fucking ATM to withdraw hundreds.
Wow. Among the victims is Tiffany Vaughn, who withdrew $400 in $100 bills. In Kentucky, yeah, this has got to be fake. And realized the money was phony when she tried to spend it. Yeah, that's when you're going to find out, when you hand over a $100 bill to buy, I don't know, meth. And the guy's like, this ain't real.
Shit.
The U.S. Secret Service last year seized $21.8 million in counterfeit currency, according to the agency's report for the fiscal year of 2023. The Treasury Department estimates that between $70 million and $200 million of the U.S. dollars in circulation are counterfeit bills. Do you know who the largest counterfeiter of U.S. currency is in the world? Think
California?
obvious. What's that?
Somewhere in California?
No. Think in the world.
Oh, in the world?
That's my hint.
Oh, right. Iran?
No, North Korea.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm reminded of the famed words of the bard himself when he said, and I quote, "Miss me, faggot."
Do I want to make that t-shirt? I think I want to make that t-shirt. You tell him, Steve Dave. Thanks for the 525. Well, Drunkle starts with fake stories from the Babylon Bee, so we're on par for the AAA. We're even running late. God damn it, Steve Dave. Quit pointing out the obvious truths of the situation. That's terrible.
How dare?
Yeah. All right, moving along. Man receives $1.4 million speeding ticket for going 90 miles per hour in a 55 zone.
Whereabouts is this?
Savannah, Georgia.
Holy shit.
Have you ever been to Savannah, Georgia when you were here? When you lived here?
No.
You should go down to Savannah. It's one of the few places in the country that's still got if you go looking like you're really dedicated in New Orleans, you can find old parts of town and really see where the hype, the myth came from, if that makes sense. Like the old French Quarter and stuff like that, right? You know, it's interesting. Savannah, Georgia is one of the few other places where you can find that. I remember my friend went to Times Square in New York, having heard about it for years and years as part of the New York mythos. And he goes there and he's like, yeah, that place was terrible. I said, why? What do you like about it? He said, I felt like I was in one giant Disneyland / McDonald's. I'm like, yeah, they've cleaned it up. There's no more peep shows or X-rated theaters or any other damn thing there. They got...
That's disappointing.
Yeah, they got private security plus New York City police there all the time. And everything is, it's a TGI Fridays and McDonald's and, the toy store, FAO Schwartz or whatever it is, the really high-end toy stores there. They got that mega Jumbotron TV screen showing you all kinds of fucking advertisements for shit constantly. Yeah, you've walked into a over-marketed, over-polished Disneyland McDonald's. It was a fair description.
Like Cyberpunk's fucking Night City.
Yes. Yeah. As long as you can't buy... I mean, there's no disposable guns from vending machines, as I understand there are in Night City, but...
Oh.
Yeah.
Man.
So...
No, when I do get back over to the States, that I do want to go around the old French Quarter, and I want to head out on the bayou. I want to go hunt some gators.
Do you really?
I do. I really do. Mm-hmm.
Ballsy. Nice.
Yeah.
I've never
With some leather on my hands. Yeah.
I've never been gator hunting. I'd love to go gator hunting if you're rifle hunting. You know, I don't want to get in the water and wrestle with them. Not interested. Because
no.
Apparently super
flat
challenge. You got to hit them right in the lizard brain, literally, which means your target is the size of a fucking walnut. And you can't be close.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
And because of their skin and their bones and so on, bullets are easily deflected. So you have to use like 30 caliber plus at high velocity to even do the job. And again, small little targets. So yeah, super challenges. I understand it.
I want to go to the barbecues after the fact as well. Mm-hmm.
Hell
Give me
yeah!
some
And
gator nuggets.
Lisa's dead on with gator is delicious. Fuck yes, it is. It's the underrated white meat. What do you like better, chicken or turkey? Gator. Now, a man was given a $1.4 million speeding ticket after caught driving 90 in a 55. According to the Auto Wire, local authorities said the speeding ticket was merely a placeholder, but Connor Cato said he was left stunned after receiving a 7-figure ticket. What does that mean, a placeholder? I knew I was going to be fined for speeding, but $1.4 million was beyond comprehension. Yeah. Cato called the Savannah court to check if the 1.4 million ticket was a mistake, but was told that it wasn't, and you'd either have to pay it or appear in court on December 25th. Well, you can count on me appearing.
Yeah, no kidding.
With a shirt that says "What the fuck" on the front. A representative for the city of Savannah explained that the jaw-dropping figure was an auto-generated placeholder by an e-citation software.
Huh.
Okay. The city of Savannah also said the ultimate penalty was determined by a judge and the actual fine would not exceed $1,000. According to the AutoWire, given the confusion and publicity surrounding Cato's high speeding ticket cost, the Recorder's Court revisited the placeholder language used in e-citations. Really? See, a friend of mine, Sam, said that everyone's worried about Skynet because I crack a lot of jokes about Skynet. Like, you want Skynet? This is how you get them. And that's not the actual worry about AI coming in and having things done for you and articles written for you. It's the subtle drift off into insanity and will be there before you know it because everyone was worried about atomic warfare being the sign that things have gone too far. Because really, by the time things have gone too far, it'll be, can you believe this speeding ticket I got? And all of the humans down at City Hall will be, well, I don't know. The computer told us to do that, so we did.
Yeah,
that level,
that I can believe. You
know what I mean? It's auto-generated text for legal documents, like bills going before Congress.
Well, that's the thing as well. Like auto-generated text and fucking legal documents. I mean, like, how on earth are they going to claim that that's got any kind of legitimacy? At what point do you just turn around and say there is no legitimacy to these legal documents?
Right.
Right.
But I mean, if they are passing them, regardless of the text, it means that they have ostensibly, arguably, read the text and are approving of it. Nobody believes that you read this 1,200-page omnibus document that was put to your office a week before you approved it in Congress. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But by our system of laws, it's like, no, everything that's in there is now the law of the land because they approved it, whether they actually read it or not. They were supposed to have, but, no, they didn't.
Yeah, they had a team of, secretaries and undersecretaries go through it with a fucking, Stabilo boss green highlighter. This is the important part of the document.
Yeah, the parts that,
so
that get them what they want and so on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing more.
Yeah, a bunch of unelected officials deciding what actually goes before your representatives, and determining basically what it is and is not that they will and will not be voting on. I mean, if that's not a complete and total breakdown of their of representative democracy by way of Congress, I don't know what is, man. Yeah, I don't know what is. Although I will say, I mean, I think it was I can't remember if it was Finland or Norway, one of the Scandinavian countries. They did start doing this thing where when it came to issuing speeding fines for people, they would take into consideration the person's income. Mm-hmm. And I'm in two minds about it because on the one hand, it's like, okay, I'm not a big fan of penalty. Crimes only carrying financial penalties and all that kind of thing, because it tends to just mean that, it's a crime for poor people. And that does go some way to addressing that imbalance, but frankly, I'd rather just do away with penalty, with penalty-based punishments.
What do you want to do? Have people traffic court or traffic training, that kind of thing? Have to do remedial study and coursework in how to drive?
I wouldn't be opposed to it. There are a lot of people out there that are, frankly, completely and totally fucking incompetent behind the wheel of a car. Yeah, not allowed back on the road until you've, basically done another fucking 50 hours or something like that at your own expense.
Gator doesn't taste like chicken, Weebo. It tastes better than chicken.
Mega chicken.
Yeah. It tastes like dangerous chicken.
Mm.
Now, somebody in chat says, Kato, where's Black Beauty? Nice. Look at this. Black Beauty.
Yeah.
I saw a guy, all jokes aside, who had a replica of this card. Like he had, maybe if you really knew like the original 1966 Black Beauty very well, you'd be able to go over it and spot the details. But I mean, we were driving and this was on the highway. It was the highway. And I saw him like drive by me like 2 lanes over and I was like, holy shit, he's got a Green Hornet replica. Look at that shit. You know, and you could just tell, especially by the rims and whatnot. And then the telltale sign is the headlights. You know what I mean? This was like at night. And so a few bunch of lights ahead, I saw the green on the pavement reflecting from his headlights. I'm like, holy shit, he's up there. And I ended up driving up beside him. And yeah, I gave him like the male to male look where I drove up beside him, nodding my head going, yeah, man, that's cool. Respect. You know what I mean? And he just looked back at me with the same nod. You know, he's like, thank you. Thank you. You know, I just...
You're like, oh, that's pretty cool, man. He's like, I know, right?
Yeah, I know. You don't fawn.
I mean,
you just nod and like, yeah, man, that's pretty sweet. And it's like, thank you.
That's cooler than some fucking like Batmobile replicas I've seen, frankly.
Yeah. And I mean, just like Black Beauty is a sweet fucking. I mean, especially if you added all luxuried out on the inside, like it was a super comfortable ride. I'd fucking love driving around in this thing, man. I mean, you kidding me? Look at this bad boy.
Yeah, that's a mean looking ride.
Uh-huh. Yo, and it's got guns that pop out of everywhere too, so you know.
I mean, what's not to love?
Yeah. Look at that clean line all the way from the front to the back. Look at that.
That is sharp, isn't it? That's crisp right there. That's like a that's like the fold line on a fucking, you know, $3,000 suit right there.
And I love the like leatherette canopy on the back. That it's like, yeah. And if you're in the back of this car, as I understand, it's just roomy as hell. 1966 when they didn't give a fuck about mileage and other shit like that. Look how many people have them too. People got replicas all over the place. They just keep making them because I get what you're doing. I get what you're doing, brother. That's oh hell yeah, yeah.
There is something ever so slightly phantasmal about the car, isn't it? That's tidy. That's fucking tidy.
And especially like at a distance, it doesn't like don't get me wrong. Batmobiles are cool, and whatchamacallit, DeLoreans. Like I've seen, there was a comic book convention in town, and somebody had driven their reconstructed DeLorean there, like to be on display at the comic book convention. And I saw it driving like around the day before because he was in town, right? And I was like, holy shit, it's a fucking DeLorean made up like Doc Brown's time machine, right? With the pipes and the tubes and the lights and all of this shit all around it. And yeah, it was pretty cool. The thing about this is you can still have it as your everyday vehicle, if you know what I mean. Like it's low key enough that you can actually pull it off.
It was the back when I was last time I was living in the UK.
Look at that.
Last time I was living in the UK. Actually, it was a guy about 35 minutes away from where I was where I was living at the time, and he'd got 3 DeLoreans. Like he'd been, you know, building them up from. I think one was mostly original, and the 2 others were kit cars.
Right.
Yeah, they were fucking sweet, dude.
Oh, look at this one's all shot up and shit for effect.
Oh, it's cool. Still fucking cool though.
Yeah. Yeah, because you know the driver's still just fine, you know, and because it's all armored up, right? Sam, you're responsible for this. See this?
How am I responsible?
You and Far. Look at this. Patio Furniture, Brian Morissette, both of them, separately, independently. Did you touch it, Polly? Was it touched by Polly?
I don't think that anybody here is responsible for any of this business other than your good self, Mr. Dub.
Man touches one painting by accident, and look what happens. His reputation is marred.
This is why you don't settle out of court, ladies and gentlemen.
I should have never agreed or told. See, I don't care. I still think the stories where you don't come out looking particularly good should still be told. I don't give a damn. Oh, yeah, I never finished that story. So the mouse, what happened? Right?
Oh, right.
Yeah. I couldn't get it to work. So as Gilcado, and so really this is Gilcado's fault, told me, because you should register your products with Logitech. And you should. Like anyone who owns a Logitech product, go online, take the little serial number off the bottom and register. If anything goes wrong with it, they will offer you top tier customer service. I know. Because I got a hold of them. I said, yeah, the mouse won't work. And they ran through this whole thing. Okay, try this, like all these things that the person was clearly reading off of their customer support screen, right? And they said, okay, well, you've got your address in here and all this other information in here. It's like, we will send you out a mouse of the same or lesser value. We still make that mouse. Would you like another one?
I'm reminded of the famed words of the bard himself when he said, and I quote, Missed me, faggot.
You tell Steve Dave, thank you for the 525. If it's nice and Polly has seen it with his eyes, he will forever go out of his way to touch it, especially if red velvet rope is involved. But my office is finally done. Yeah! Nice. On your way home, congratulations. Good for you. Enjoy the trip. It's always a fun drive leaving work, man. Whew. Free.
It is. It is.
But
Although,
Polly, they sent me another one. And it was after that I realized I hadn't taken out the little battery tab yet. And so when I took it out of there, I was like, oh, wait. And it was before the other one arrived. So when it arrived, I'm like, well, I guess I got 2 functional mice. Whoops.
You see, in order to restore your reputation, Polly, we have to start accusing people that, call you out on this as bigots. You are a seeing hand, Otter. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I learned by tactile sensation.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's not my fault.
Try putting some braille on your velvet rope telling people not to go any further, Did you think about that? Museum? I don't think so. Bigots. Fucking ableists.
Colorado man with same name as Alexander Mountain fire arson suspect doxed online. Horrible coincidence. Yeah, consequence too. You got the same consequence. Who does this guy look like? He looks like someone.
Gandalf.
Well, okay. Yeah, but
you fell.
I want to say not Kirk Douglas. The guy who was in Escape from New York. What's his name? He played Ego, the Living Planet, in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Yeah, that looks like Kurt Russell.
Yeah, it does got a bit of Kurt Russell going on.
This is Snake Plissken after he got into meth.
Yeah. Big trouble in Little Alexander Mountain Town.
The man law enforcement believes to be responsible for starting the Alexander Mountain fire is 49-year-old Jason Hobby of Loveland. However, another 49-year-old Jason Hobby of Loveland says his family is now receiving threats. Oh, that sucks. This is before... It's like the Unabomber. It's just Jason Hobby of Loveland.
That is it. He looks like one of the presets for like the high fantasy role-playing games you get, where you get like the slightly older gentleman with the pauldrons the size of a fucking bin lid.
Right.
Yeah, he looks like that preset in the right-hand picture there. That's what we mean when we say men get distinguished as they get older.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, that's a steely iron gaze of constancy. Right there. Yeah, I'm gonna pocket
his nose has been knocked off center. At some point.
Well,
so that man's had a fight.
Yeah, he's been through some things. Clearly, I mean, you can tell by that iron gaze. He's that they don't look dissimilar. Like I had to look at the credit beneath to see. It's like, well, this is the guy after he shaved, right? No, this is Jason Douglas Hobby on the left and Jason Alexander Hobby on the right. Could you not easily be convinced, Sam, that this is just the guy after he shaved his beard in prison? Or trimmed it?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, look, the brow's different and all that kind of thing. But, you can put a lot down to the angle of the first photo versus the angle of the second, right?
Sure. Angle and lighting explains most of the differences that I see here, or could.
Hairline.
I was just about to say, that man also has a full head of hair for someone who's got steel gray hair. That is his hairline, if anything, is encroaching on his forehead.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
I tell you what it is as well. Their ears are extremely similar.
Oh, yeah.
Ears on people. Ears are usually quite distinctive, right? They tend to be quite different, which is kind of weird to think about because, you don't generally look at people's ears. But, yeah, they got the same sort of tilt, the same sort of size.
I do have to say, they're quite low on their head, which is usually an indication of a criminal head shape. Maybe Jason Hobby II actually was committing crimes, and this is find out. The fire burned nearly 10,000 acres of northern Colorado this summer, destroying nearly 50 structures, including 28 homes. Last week's Laramie County Sheriff's Office arrested Loveland man for allegedly starting the massive fires, now facing charges including arson and impersonating a police officer. And it's a horrible coincidence, says Jason Douglas Hobby, who, if he's smart, will be going by Doug Hobby from now on.
No kidding.
Hobby lives with his wife and young daughter. Oh no. And works with adults with disabilities. And he's a great guy, too.
Man.
Oh no.
Oh, gee. Somebody get this man a drink.
Holy shit. And he's like a family man who does, community work too. That's terrible.
Oh, so Douglas Hobby's the guy on the left then? According to the...
Oh, yeah.
That's how you capture stuff, right? It's left to right where possible.
Yep.
Brother. Yeah, so people have taken one look at him and gone, yes, he has a long beard and long, sort of like, a long grey hair. Clearly, he is an arsonist, and he's just a really genuine, upstanding guy. Versus the guy on the right, who is a fucking reckless criminal.
Yeah.
Who impersonated cops and burnt down fucking 28 people's homes.
I mean, I was just running off the assumption, clearly the guy who's the innocent one is on the right? And it's like, no, the other way around,
no,
actually.
So's everybody else, right?
The man with the snowshoes on the wall, that's the good guy.
Fucking Alaska Hillman over here,
yeah.
He's the good guy.
This guy makes his own clothes out of hemp, it's just...
Right. Peace and love, man.
I feel like the whole community has been affected by this. Doug Hobby said, it's devastating, and you have to be mentally ill to make that kind of choice and to act out against others in that way. Yeah, I don't get arsonists. Like, an arsonist who's like, out of an act of vengeance or something, okay, I wouldn't do it, but I can get my head around your motivation. I'm just going to start a fire because I'm a firebug? You know, that I don't get. I'm just going to run all over the place starting fires because tee-hee. I don't understand the motivation.
I mean, I suppose there are, like, comparable enthusiasms when it comes to stuff. Like, some people really like guns, right? Some people like guns, like, entirely too
Shut
much.
up, Sam.
Look, no, you're on a reasonable side of things, all right, Paul.
You don't...
You own what I would call a reasonable amount of firearms, right? You don't have the under level of your house completely decked out as an arsenal, as cool as that would be.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then again, on the flip side of that, you don't really see any people out there that are really, really enthused by screwdrivers, do you?
You've never met my father. You should see his tool room. It's something. They're engineers, man. They're of a different kind. Like, ask Okado about his tool sets, and it's a little crazy. The guy's got like 5 different ohms meters that are somehow different.
I remember negotiating insurance for my old man, like back when he was still working and all that kind of thing, because he sold a lot of stuff off now. But I mean, he's a mechanic, and he got the fucking like $90,000 worth of tools.
Yeah, wow.
And it's just, I mean, you're in the business for like 50, 55 years. You're going to rack up some tools, but I mean, some of them was like stuff like, these are tools that he's made over the years. You can't replace that shit.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like adapting spanners with a fucking, like tension strap around them and all that kind of thing, so that you can take certain type, like 2 types of air filter off that are completely different from, all others.
Right.
That's not a FAR donation.
What?
Is FAR streaming right now? That's not sure.
You had a FAR donation come up for you?
Yeah, coins are back.
Oh, maybe she's just...
Well...
like that time where she got Sinatra, where it took him like half an hour to find out where her donation thing was,
so FAR is banned from everything, from all the things. She's just banned.
Holy shit, was that funny? That made my day. It was like again and again, because she was just setting up donations and working everything out, so she kept hitting them again and again as a test. Oh man, it made my day.
he was fucking livid.
Look at Weibo. I love this. Oh my god, speaking of which, I'm getting a Dremel. I'm so excited. Actually, that's great, because you're going to find all sorts of uses for that Dremel tool that, I did when I first got a Dremel tool.
Dude, I have 3. Yeah. I use them all.
Do you really?
I use 3? All the... Yeah, different sizes, right?
Oh,
I've got
okay.
one that I've set because one of the because I got one that was of the sort of a decent size, probably like a foot and a half long type thing, big meaty motherfucker, right? And then I was like, okay, this is really really cool, but sometimes I want to be able to do Dremel work, but I want the Dremel to be held still. So what I ended up doing was modifying a vise, an old vise that was like sticking and all that kind of shit, bench vise.
Mhm.
So I modified that fucker up, and I built an extra chassis through the plastic body of the Dremel, so that one's permanently fixed, right? And I was like, okay, but now I need one for really, really precise detailing work. So I went out and I bought another one. And like I say, I use all three all the time. The one thing that I had to get rid of, actually, when I came back from the States, or rather one of the things that ended up getting liquidated, right, was my lathe. Dude, have you any fucking idea how many things you can do with a lathe?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Fantastic bits of equipment. I mean, fortunately, my old man, he's got a couple of lathes, and including one really high precision, like watchmaker's lathe.
Mm-hmm.
That's, dude, he will not let me use that thing unless he's there standing there watching me use it. That's how much he loves that thing.
I brought this picture up just to show. So,
Ooh.
1911 barrel from the rear, because Rotten Corpse is in chat, and he just said Dremels are a gun owner's best and worst friend, Weibo. He's right. But the precision that some people can work with these things with Dremel tools with, Nighthawk Custom, and if you know their work, it's extremely impressive. They have some of the best pistol smiths around working for them, and they're all handmade, if not handmade, hand-fitted parts. I saw one of those guys take a 1911 barrel blank from like their own shop, and he leaning into his own thigh. He's standing up. Okay, he's got a stone cone grinder, like so, just a cone grinding bit on his Dremel tool. He leans into his own thigh, standing up, and goes, and this shower of sparks just flies across the workshop, and he had perfectly throated it in one pass. That's that little divot that runs down along the bottom here. Perfectly
That's big
angled.
dick energy right there.
Yeah, like that is handcrafted. Like I said, you should have seen that shower of sparks. It was like 16, 20 feet long. And just like, wow, that's what you're paying for right there.
He ain't looking at his work. He's feeling the work.
Yeah. And in short, do not attempt. It's.
I mean, you say that, but that being said, I mean, consider that position, like, into the leg, sort of sat on like a engineer's fucking chair or what have you. Humans have been making tools in that very position for a very fucking long time. There's a reason for that. You have got so much control over all movement when you're in that position. You really do.
Yeah, it's good because
you got like Flint now.
The whole point, and I get why, because I do this. I think everyone does actually the same position when you're sitting down. You put both your hands on your thighs because it's something to brace both of your hands against, so everything's nice and stable. There's nothing moving around. It's the human Black & Decker workmate, the human vice. You can just grip on it. And
the Pythagorean frame.
Yep. Nice. Okay, I'm going to channel far and wrangle us tards. Okay. When the alleged arsonist, back to the Doug Hobby here. Sam, catch this. Ready for this, chat? When the alleged arsonist, the actual arsonist, was arrested, Doug Hobby was surprised by how familiar his name was. To make matters worse, the two were born in the same year and live in the same town. Fuck.
Daddy's got some questions to answer.
I'd be so pissed. It's like, I've never heard of this guy. You live in the same town, right? It's like, this is not a big town. What the hell? It's like, do I have to change my name now? You know that my name will be infamous in this community. That's heartbreaking for my family. Come on, Doug, it'll be okay. It wasn't long before threatening comments started appearing on my community Facebook pages, wrongly identifying him as a suspect. On one page, they doxed me out. They put my address and phone number, all of my information, actually. Oh, that's rough, dude. Now every crazy out there is going to be up on it.
Oh, dude. And he ain't got, Secret Service protection.
Yeah, right, because that's useful. You know what? That's a nice segue onto this thing.
Yeah, let's do the thing.
Yeah, let's do the thing. There was another Trump assassination attempt, in case you guys didn't know. And the news media has not failed. Trump, quote, assassination attempt, unquote, live update. Suspect charged after second apparent plot. Thanks, NBC News. Did you put enough scare quotes or this isn't real, we don't know? This bugs me. This is the direction that all of the major outlets are going, with the exception of Breitbart, Fox, Sky News Australia for some reason. Anyone that's not a conservative outlet, the few that there are, is on, we don't know, we're not certain, we're not sure. We can't.
Can we get more of that uncertainty the rest of the time, please?
Yeah.
Frankly?
Yeah. Where's the skepticism every other minute of the fucking day? The FBI is investigating an apparent second, quote, attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump at his golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida yesterday. Indeed, the man was literally waiting in the bushes for him with a scoped Kalashnikov-style weapon, and including a GoPro camera in one of his 2 backpacks that he had with him.
Well, he wanted to do the White Church. Was it White Church?
Christchurch.
Place in New Christchurch. That's the one.
Yeah. The suspect taken into custody is identified as some psycho. He hid in... Yeah, let's just scroll beyond. I'm a strong believer in... Well, it's not a believer. It's simply accepting the psychological facts of the matter. The guy, once you name him, develops his own degree of infamy.
Yeah, mythos almost, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I want to be famous. And it's like, you can even show pictures of the guy and not name him, because you can laugh at the pictures and laugh at his personal history. Once you name him, he develops a name. It's, I think, one of the best examples of that. And I didn't know it until years after reading into the Kennedy assassination thing. During his whole life, and even during the early news coverage of Kennedy's assassination in '63, that it was simply Lee Oswald.
Really?
Yeah.
They didn't do the whole, double barrel bullshit.
Yeah, everyone knows him as Lee Harvey Oswald. That's how everyone says it. Why? News media. They were the ones who started repeating that. His family, friends, everyone around him, local law enforcement, and during the early coverage, he was simply Lee Oswald, because that's his name. Well, how did he become Lee Harvey Oswald? The same way he became Mark David Chapman.
But Martin Luther King.
I think that might be a little different, but yeah.
No, but I mean, for the flip side, I mean, nobody's true, right? It's true. That really is the power of news media. In so much as they can make or break a fucking, like the fellow that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's be honest here. I mean, I don't think that there's too many people that work at NBC that's too upset about the development of this story.
There we go. So Rotten Corpse with the information. Sam and I were talking about, so it's like I had heard an AK-47 repeatedly, but then just as quickly, everyone's saying a AK style rifle, and I'm like, okay, it must be a Kalashnikov variant. So I'm thinking, because I've not seen a lot of scopes on Kalashnikovs. I'm certainly not a Kalashnikov expert by any means. I'm an AR guy.
Fucking SKS.
Yeah. So Rotten Corpse says it was a Bubba SKS. That's great. So the guy got like the cheapest Chinese crap that he could.
But the SKS was completely and totally supplanted by the AK. What the fuck?
Well, it's a cosmolined rifle is how I think of them. You buy them in like big boxes. You have to decosmoline them yourself. Wait, are they Chinese? See, that shows you, man. I should really stick to my AR areas.
SKSs are originally Soviet.
Are they?
But yeah, I mean, I think the Chinese are the ones that do the bulk of the reproduction. Don't quote me on that. But
I'm just wondering where all the surplus ones are coming from. Are they Russian, Soviet, even? I don't know.
I would have imagined Eastern Europe, because I mean, like the Czech, for example. There's a lot of CZ do a lot of reproductions of old Soviet designs that they've made good.
Frankie Deller's dead on here. If someone had farted in the same direction as Kamala Harris, they would accuse him of biological warfare. 100%.
Oh, ain't that the truth?
If there was a threat, a credible threat against Kamala Harris, even if it was uncredible, they would make it sound credible. The news media would be freaking out. Can you believe anybody wants to murder our new queen? I mean, president, or isn't she already president? Well, we're not sure. 100%. 100%. The news story would be completely different. The suspect arrested in connection with the apparent assassination on Donald Trump did not fire at the Secret Service agent who spotted a rifle in the tree line at the former president's golf club. officials said today. That story is shifting. It was somebody else spotted them, and they were 2 golf holes ahead of Donald Trump. This was on the 5th, and they were up at the 7th, I believe, or he was at the 3rd, and they were up at the 5th. They were 2 holes ahead of him because that's the protocol that they've developed for when he's golfing. Okay. Trump was playing golf during a, quote, off-the-record movement, and that was included on his public schedule, Rose said. The Trump campaign asked the Secret Service for increased security this morning after yesterday's second assassination attempt, said 2 familiar with the source. Yeah, during a press conference, somebody said, like, it's like this, given that this is the second time, like, it wasn't there increased coverage? Because, well, given that he is a former, not currently sitting president, the amount of protection afforded him is commensurate with the fact that he's not a sitting president. And that is mind-blowing. You can have somebody who's definitely under threat and is campaigning. It's like, oh, he's not currently a sitting president and is likely to become the new president. And it's like, oh, well, we don't want it that way. It doesn't matter what you want. Your job isn't to decide who the new president is. We need to offer, Kamala Harris all the protection in the world because we think she would make the better president. That's not your job. There's only 2 candidates that are running right now that are viable for the office, Harris and Trump. Why are you not offering them equal levels of protection? I just don't understand this at all. Like, legitimately don't understand this. How, if he gets whacked out, this is going to be a fucking nightmare for you guys. And you don't seem to give a fuck.
Well, yeah, and that's where the tinfoil hat comes out, I'm afraid. And so much as, like, there's been a lot of fucking moves, Polly. An awful lot of fucking moves that seems to indicate that there are a few people that would like an escalation of events related to political violence, which, look, I think is a fucking ridiculous thing, and I sincerely hope it's not the case. But difficult to say, man. Difficult to say.
Yeah.
I mean, like, like RFK, I mean, people go, oh, well, he wasn't really a serious candidate. No, he absolutely was a serious candidate. He was an extremely serious candidate. Doesn't matter the fact that he wasn't polling especially high. That's neither here nor there. You know, you could make the same argument about Bernie fucking Sanders.
Yeah.
You know, oh, he wasn't a serious candidate. Well, yeah, but if there was a risk of him being assassinated, should he have gotten Secret Service protection? In my view, yeah, absolutely. Preferably one's not assigned to him by the Clinton dynasty, but
right. In one of the 2 updates, the previous one is that Biden spoke with Trump today as he, quote, conveyed his relief that Trump is safe, a White House official said. The 2 shared a cordial conversation with former President Trump expressing his thanks for the call, the official said. Yeah, I know that. Okay.
I mean, good. Honestly, good.
I'm surprised that they didn't have Harris make the phone call to, again, make her look like she is the current president and to demonstrate the leadership. Do you understand what I mean? Like it.
Well, that might be Biden's, personal fucking people having a having a bit of a moment with that. I sense that not all is well in paradise. When it comes to that, I think there are a lot of Biden loyalists that are actually not too happy.
Well, I would have to say that I'm not really sure what they're going to do when he, once whichever direction the upcoming election goes. What are you going to do with Biden's legacy? Every president's concerned about their legacy. They all establish a presidential library, et cetera, et cetera. Like the presidential library for Joe Biden is going to be like Cat in the Hat and Dick and Jane.
Yeah.
Tales from Corn Pop. Yeah. I mean, the president who had to step down because he was just right the fuck out of it. And I mean, it's going to be interesting to see the legacy burnishing that's going to go on after he's out of office. He stepped down because he wanted to. God. It was a decision for the good of the country. It's going to be
as bad as it was with Obama, right?
Yeah. You'll see it. In the newest update, it's the Secret Service is now facing renewed scrutiny over yesterday's apparent assassination attempt. The latest incident comes 2 months after Trump was shot at and hit at a Pennsylvania campaign event in July. Shot at and hit. Kelly O'Donnell, you are incompetent. He was shot at and hit. I don't care if you think that it was a fucking conspiracy. Oh, his ear wasn't really and blah, blah, blah. You are the ones that are deep in conspiracy theories with that shit.
You want to talk about like cultist behavior? Like, you want to talk about fucking cultist behavior? I've met David Icke on several fucking occasions, Polly. All right, he's actually a really nice guy. Yo, yeah,
Really?
yeah, 6 or 7 times, man. He's a really nice guy. Out there, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, David Icke's a little out there. Sure, yeah, a little bit.
Fucking crazy as a sack of frog spawn when it comes to the things that he talks about.
Did you touch
He's a
him?
really nice guy. I shook his hand.
Okay.
Yeah, he remembered my name.
So you touched him, is what you're saying. You want to know if he was
There's
real.
no velvet rope. No. We shook hands as gentlemen do, Polly. Yeah. No. Like I say, lovely guy. Very, very personable. Which I think is actually the mark of a very good conspiracy theorist. You have to be able to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Jones, very genial guy, right? Absolutely. I mean, Alex Jones plays a character. I think we've all, arrived at that conclusion.
Everyone knew it except his, enemies, basically. Yeah. And I think they knew it too. They just didn't care.
Exactly. It was something that was convenient to ignore. But you look at the way that Alex Jones sort of talks to people that are not being an absolute dick towards him. It's genial. Yeah. You could sit down and have a beer with Alex Jones. You could do that. You'd probably end up having a very interesting conversation. But that's not these people.
No.
These people are like tinfoil hat, and everybody's out to get us, and the world is ending, and the sky is falling, and won't somebody think of the, gender fluid, rainbow-haired children that most assuredly exist by themselves in a vacuum? I won't get into that.
Suspect in Trump assassination attempt. Well, at least Reuters is just legit with it. Like, the FBI is saying so. Local police are saying so. The Secret Service is saying so. They're all calling it an assassination attempt, and you're still putting doubt quotes around it. So you don't trust the FBI, you don't trust the Secret Service, and you don't trust local police. You think they're all lying, and you as a news entertainer who wasn't there knows better. If you had that degree of skepticism about all of the news you were reporting, Trump-Russia would have never happened because they fanned those flames into a conflagration.
Well, yeah. Convenient falsehood.
Yeah.
Again, it's optics. It's optics all the time. All the time. There's rarely any fucking substance to anything these fucking news entertainers say, Polly. I've talked about that at great length, man. The optics is the most important part. Is it convenient for what we're trying to do right now? Yes, no?
Yeah.
That's the decision-making process.
You may have lain in wait for 12 hours. Really? It's a good thing you guys do a lot of forward security. What the hell? The man suspected of hiding under cover of darkness for nearly 12 hours in an apparent attempt to assassinate Donald Trump at his golf course. No, he wasn't trying to assassinate Donald Trump. He just happened to have a rifle scoped in the bushes waiting for where Donald Trump, of all people, was going to happen by in the next number of minutes. And he waited there for 12 hours. He was waiting for, the course marshal that he had a long-standing beef with. He was waiting to blow him away when he saw the marshal drive by in the little golf cart with the red flag on it. That's that bastard. He kicked me off of this golf course, 3 years ago, and I'm back for revenge. Sure.
This is so the guy lay there and wait, right? And had it not been for the fact that Trump had deviated from his, public schedule, there's a very strong chance this fella could have got a shot off.
Yep. And as the story goes, like as the relating of facts goes, for those who don't know, is that, so he was spotted either because somebody tipped off a Secret Service agent or a Secret Service agent spotted the rifle, like as the guy was like flummoxing around and getting ready, and because they weren't particularly tall bushes when you see them. I went looking for a picture of where he was, and I had seen it, but it was on Megyn Kelly's show. And I was scanning through her 2 hours of live coverage of it after the fact, trying to find that moment where she showed the live footage to be able to cut out that image, but I couldn't get to it. And I was putting the show together in just minutes. So anyway, he's out there and somebody spots him one way or another. And the agents, absolutely did respond to him and went up and said, sir, hey, see you with a rifle, you in the bushes, come out, whatever. And he got up and tried to take off. Shots were fired from the agents towards him, never back. He did not fire. And they caught him, and he's charged with over 100 counts at this point.
Bloody hell.
That is a mitten full of fucking charges.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now, he's charged with only 2 gun-related crimes on Monday, a day after the authorities say he was spotted in the bushes with a rifle as the former U.S. president played nearby, very nearby. Trump, the Republican candidate, but the incident raised fresh questions about how an armed suspect was able to get close to him just 2 months after a gunman fired at Trump and hit him, grazing his ear, coming within, if this, I know we're all sick of saying this, we all repeat it, but it's
We've seen the animation, right, Polly, where, if he had not turned his head that fraction of a second before, that would have been the rear half of his head blown off.
That's right. It's not it grazed his ear. It came within inches of his brain. Both those are factually true. Why are you saying one versus the other? It came so close to blowing his head off or the side of his head out that it actually grazed his fucking ear. And all you can talk about is his fucking ear.
I'm not being funny. Like, I've been shot at nowhere near as close as that. That shit's scary enough. He actually took a fucking tag on the lobe. Like, well, not the lobe, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That blows my mind. If Kamala Harris had the top of her ear grazed, all they would talk about came inches from death. That's all they would be saying. Inches from death.
We'd still be hearing it now.
Yeah. And how brave she was after the fact. Oh, and if she had one of those, like Trump, like, no, don't take me off. Fight. Like, I mean, that would just, oh my Lord, that would have been Kamala Harris's golden moment.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't have a lot of them.
Hey, man, look, if that had happened to Kamala Harris and she'd had the, hey, get off me, I gotta say something. If she'd had a moment like that, pumped a fist in the air, fight, something along those lines, that would be the most presidential she's been in her entire fucking career.
It would have been. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would have developed a begrudging amount of respect for her in that moment.
Oh, damn, Lisa. Trump was nearly chromed in the dome. Don't bring up talk shit, get shot for this. Here he is, by the way. Perfectly sane man.
Oh, look, yeah. So what are we thinking? Is this a former Republican by any chance? Is this a rhino? Or are we going to do the mental health angle? What do you reckon?
Well, this guy is it's kind of hard to describe all of the things. Okay, he has a long history of legal troubles. Yeah, this is him. Continue reading. Here he is. Oh, wait. Wow. We don't want to play live news. That's a way to get tagged. He was off in Kiev in 2022, demonstrating how, or Kiev, as people insist that it's called. Where the hell is that picture?
What, was he actually taking part in the fighting?
No, he was a protester. This is the one. Yeah. This ridiculous moron. I need to get that off the screen because I'm really not interested in. The single most common thing between so-called school shooters, mass event shooters, whatever way you want to describe it, is that they studied each other. Not age, not race, not socioeconomic status, not political alignment. The most common thing between them all is that they all studied previous events and they all have that desire for fame. If news media were to can repeating people's names over and over again, that would put an absolute limitation on the amount of them out there. But they don't give a fuck. They want the advertising dollars because there's a natural, morbid curiosity as to who is the person who did this. If you were to know, and it would be known as widely and broadly as it is by any psychologist worth their fucking salt, that is the fucking thing that causes it. I don't even know why I'm covering it, because you can find out the person's name on every single one of these news websites that I went to. They all publish his name up front. Why? They want the news clicks. They are willing to appeal. If it bleeds, it leads.
The man, seriously, the situation with this, and I am attempting to curb my fucking anger with it, frankly, because it is absolutely fucking ridiculous. The man is in custody, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the time, these mass shooters, they end up dead at the scene, right? A lot of the time, that ends up being what's happened. Okay, so basically, the people that are actually responsible for doing the violence directly, right? The direct culprits, right? You can't affect them. There's nothing you can do about them. right? You can't go after their job or protest outside their house with them in it or anything. You can't do any of that bullshit. So why the fuck are they bothering to release the names at all? The only conceivable things that could happen as a consequence of people like this are repeat offenders, as we've or copycats, yeah,
Right.
copycat situations, right?
Or repeat offenders or self-glorified planners, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. Or like with the arsonist that's not actually an arsonist situation. Mistaken identity. People getting hurt as a result because some other lunatic out there takes it upon themselves. This person's out of jail. What? You know, they get this retarded idea in their head that they need to be the one to put down the evil kind of bullshit, right? Much as this I imagine this prick is in the first place, right?
Yeah.
I can only assume what his intentions were, but it's almost certainly some sort of hero/martyr complex. Almost certainly.
I mean, I said he was often...
There's no good reason to publish the name. None whatsoever.
Because he's a nonstop lunatic, meaning involved in everything from every angle, disheveled, in terms of his thinking process. He does it's like, oh, well, we want to see that he's such and such supporter, and it's like, oh, he's a MAGA guy, and that would be the dream. He's a MAGA guy and one of Trump's own supporters. They're trying to find something to shape a narrative that will be helpful for them. But when you look at this guy's history, he's just an unbalanced individual that's heavily involved in thinking about this stuff all the time. When I say this stuff, I just mean politics in general. This is him pictured in Kiev, Ukraine, during a 2022 rally demanding the Chinese assistance to organize the extraction process for Ukrainian service members from these two locales, from these two business locales. It's
Jesus.
Last year, he described plans to the New York Times to recruit Afghan soldiers fleeing the Taliban to fight in Ukraine. He told the Times he wanted to find a way to illegally move the Afghans from various countries to get them to the battlefield. We could probably purchase some passports through Pakistan since it's such a corrupt country. So I mean, all over the damn place.
Oh God, this guy thinks he's fucking mafia or something, right?
He thinks he's moving things and a mover and shaker in international warfare politics, like a high-level operator.
Man, this is one wheel of separation Coach Red Pill bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, a mover and a shaker and an activist who's actually of threat. You know what I mean? Because of the consequence and the gravitas that he rolls with because of his big ideas.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Megalomaniac, is that it?
Yeah, megalomania. That would fit for him. Mm. Just generally speaking, it's like if you didn't think that anything that you had planned would ever come to anything because of the amount of forces against you and the unlikelihood of success in terms of people getting on your side, you wouldn't fly all the way to Kiev and attempt to do any of the things he's doing. There was a reasonable expectation of success for him. Yeah, megalomania plays a part in it because just unrealistic appraisal of your own effectiveness. And it's like he showed a range of political statements on his social media, including calls for Republican presidential hopefuls Nikki Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy to team up. Another social media post describes Mr. Trump's ideology as to make Americans slaves again.
Well, we know exactly where that rhetoric comes from now, don't we?
Right. I mean, was it not, Joe Biden who was talking about Republicans and talking to an African-American audience saying he wants to put y'all back in chains? I mean,
he got that from the fucking squad, didn't he? Ayanna Pressley?
Yeah.
I think she was the one that first started that whole bullshit.
Well, I mean, no, Biden had said that before the squad was even elected to their current office. That's how old that statement is from Biden.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's a classic rhetoric. The Republicans are racist, and the furthest extension of racism in America that you can think of is a return to Jim Crow, or further than that, a return to the slavery South, the antebellum South.
Jesus Christ.
And so, let's just go there. That's how old that statement is from Biden. It's like I said, the squad wasn't even elected to office at the time.
Yes, Yankee Republicans, Polly, are well known for their desire to put black people in chains. Historically speaking.
David Graham might have won Chad today. That's Jason fucking Bourne. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
I have no doubt that he might not think of himself as a fighter, but look at him with he's got a view of himself, man. No question.
I'm kidding.
But I mean, this return to slavery and so on, the amount of dodging that the news media has done around this, like that they had the nerve, the steely balls that it takes to say Trump's rhetoric is what led to this. Trump's rhetoric? All you talk about is how he's a tyrant coming to office and a threat to democracy. You're not fucking pumping up every fucking crazy person out there to fucking take a shot at fucking fame for saving the country, saving democracy itself from the tyrant. You lying, miserable sons of bitches. If you were, you know what? It's not our responsibility. We're just saying it as we see it. You know what I mean? We're just calling it. We're not responsible for what anybody does.
We're just asking questions. It's very interesting kind of situation.
If they were to go in that direction, at least I couldn't say to them they're denying it. They just outright deny it. It's like you could look at us as pumping up the rhetoric. They could take the First Amendment route, which like we don't have a right to say this. Yeah, you do. But are you fucking pretending that you are shaping the fucking narrative when you also play into we are the ones who speak truth to power. We are the ones who are the press. We're the objective journalists. No, you're not. Just call
you are the power.
Yeah, call yourself activists, and a lot of the thing would go away that I push on. What are you going to say about them after they declare themselves to be activists?
Mm-hmm. This is the thing. It's not that I don't listen to what activists have to say. I do. But at the end of the day, I have the ability to go, they're an activist for this cause. They make it known that they are. It's like the Just Stop Oil people. They're a bunch of fucking idiots. All right? They're a bunch of fucking idiots that don't really know what it is that they're talking about. But at least they have the honesty. At least they actually have the testicular fortitude to call themselves activists.
Yeah.
So that those that are not interested in their fucking activism can write them off.
Does anybody hold it against? I mean, you don't have to be a fan of his or even like him. But people that, I mean, ask yourself if you're not a fan of Ben Shapiro. Have you ever held it against him for offering a conservative opinion? Ever?
Oh.
Why would you? You know that guy's nothing but a conservative shill. Well, yeah.
And?
Yeah, right. Yeah, he is. I mean,
it's like fucking Tucker Carlson doesn't go around, purporting himself to be, at least I don't know as of late because I've not watched an awful lot of Tucker Carlson as of late.
I'm reminded of the famed words of the
Exactly.
bard himself when he said, and I quote, "Miss me, faggot."
Absolutely.
Yeah, this guy, huge faggot, huge. You tell him, Steve Dave, thank you for the 525. Nobody hit this. Well, it's relative. Well, fuck, here you go, Polly. The worst part is I wish I could be further left. It's a damn shame that Trump derangement syndrome hasn't been cured yet. Fuck. I worry about them that it's an equal measure. They are full TDS sufferers in the media, but along with that is just, hey, talking about them sells airtime, sells advertisements. That it's both of them combined. They damn well know what they're doing for personal aggrandizement and enrichment, but they also actually feel that way because they're deranged. Can you imagine offering a financial incentive for somebody to delve further into their lunacy?
Oh man, I can tell you from friends of mine, and I want to circle back to that. I wish I could be further lefting. I'll want to circle back to that. So pinning that. I can tell you from friends of mine. I mean, I am still very much, myself personally, still very much a liberal. Still very, very much a liberal.
All right.
Now, I would be called, an alt-right, the xenophobic Nazi these days, obviously.
Sure.
But would we all? But I've got friends of mine who sort of, in sort of university and shortly thereafter or what have you, they delved into various social groups and all that kind of thing. Everything from, BDSM, LGBTQ, AA+, whatever the fuck. All that kind of stuff. Some of them went off on, weird religious tangents and all that kind of thing, looked into like everything from small country churches to satanic cults and all that kind of. It's one of those, if you...
Never mind that. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Caught my eye. I know what that is.
Yeah.
1, little 2, little 3. Anyway. Yeah. They went off and they went down a bunch of rabbit holes, and it's one of those. The less you think you can be affected by the materia that you immerse yourself in, the more likely you are to be affected by the materia you immerse yourself in. understanding that you can and will eventually be in some which way influenced by the media that you're subjected to or you subject yourself to, the more aware of of that fact you are, the better armored you are against being propagandized into a ridiculous situation.
Sam, it's fine. It's fine.
But so this is the thing. It's like, ultimately, like, you know, relatively free thinking, relatively liberal minded, relatively intelligent people going off the fucking deep end into some absolutely ridiculous cultish bullshit.
Yeah.
It can happen. You can reason yourself into an unreasonable position. You absolutely can do that. If you don't, mind your own bullshit. You know, have somebody nearby to call you out on things. It's good for you. You need to be challenged. You need to be challenged. And that's the problem with all these fucks in media and the editors, and I'm not even laying this at the feet of like every single journalist out there. There are plenty of journalists out there who are just trying to do a fucking job. They are just trying to get a fucking story. They are just trying to make ends meet by investigating things that they think are interesting or in their field of expertise, perhaps, that sort of thing. That are getting hacked apart by editors. On the newsroom floor, as it were. That is happening, and because they have got such a colossal, and I mean a colossal amount of money flowing through them and influence being peddled through them, and they're constantly around the powers that be, they do develop this massively overinflated sense of self-importance where they think that they are the ones doing the checking. And the reality of the matter is that there's nobody checking them, and that's why they end up this way.
Yeah.
The only cure for the current media in the US and indeed Europe. Oh, that's delightful. The only cure for this bullshit, Polly, complete reset. You want to talk about like great resets and all that kind of shit? Yeah. We need a great reset on the media. It's the only way that we will ever return to anything close to normalcy.
A changing mindset can, we need to get rid of them all. It doesn't even really work that way. If you think about. It doesn't need to work that way, I guess would be a better way to say it. Is how do you go about changing these things? It's like, well, if there's a big mindset change, and that's what they call in political science and social psychology, but if you think about the time after September 11th, people were unfortunately very much behind legal tools that were available. And it was things like that change of mindset following September 11th that led to things like the Patriot Act being possible to be enacted. And then
the paradigm shift about it.
Yeah. And then the switch back where it's like, no, this is not a good idea. Were a lot of those laws retracted? No, unfortunately, government power is like a ratchet. It only gets tighter, rarely ever looser. So that's a problem. What would ever happen with the media? Well, there was a time, and it was only 5, 6, 7 years ago, where you would not be able to say any of the things that are being said by news entertainers right now and maintain your credibility. Remember, there was a time when a well-known, long-standing news anchor, not Ted Koppel, not Peter Jennings, who was it? He reported that on George W. Bush's war record, and he got some of the facts wrong. That George W. Bush was, in fact, there at the time that he reported, here's my documentary evidence. And if he had looked further into the documents to back up what he was saying, he would have found out that they were not justifiable claims. He retired over it. He resigned. It was that bad because he misreported a fact on the president and his war record.
Man.
Now it just wouldn't fucking matter because credibility's out the window. As long as someone's speaking their truth, that's good enough. There's a mindset change. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, we don't need to get rid of all the news media. It's just when people get sick of the lies and opinion and the heat of the rhetoric, that it's always turned up to 11. When they're tired of that and turn it off, that's when they'll stop. Because how are you really going to yeet all of the news media at once? You're not. That's just an unreasonable expectation.
It's a key players kind of affair, really, if you're going to do it. And understand, and I do want to stress this in extreme terms in case there's anybody out there who really is just sick of this shit and sick of sick of life and all that kind of thing. That is not me advocating for violence against journalists or news entertainers or anything along those lines. Cannot stress that enough.
Not only do I not want it, it won't achieve what some crazy person might think.
No, it'll have
violence against journalists will not help. It just won't. Just like violence against Trump. How's this helping you guys? You feel like this is helping, or do you feel like Trump's getting a stronger foothold in winning the election? This is not what you want, even though you might think that it is. You want to see some John Brown shit happen with Donald Trump when he gets whacked out and he becomes like a fucking legend? Holy crap. Look at
martyr in his own right.
Yeah. Look at this stuff around what's going on. This is the desperation. The boy who cried assassination attempt.
Oh, fucking hell.
The fable by Weird Donald Trump. Yeah, weird. I mean, this is like, the Republicans are just weird. They're just very weird.
This is not the Secret Service reporting it, or the FBI, who, let's face it, has not exactly been Donald Trump's best friend. Generally speaking, for a little while now. No, it's not them. It's not the credible sources, or at least what you guys, you guys over there are calling the credible sources. No. No, this is Donald Trump making this up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Look, do you notice what's...
Is he incompetent, or is he malicious and brilliant?
I know. The man can't be hyper-competent marionette string puller at the same time that he's a ridiculous, incompetent fool. You guys got to pick one. Notice what's trending? Hashtag staged assassination attempt. Oh, I'm sure that's organic.
Oh. It's disgusting. But no, I mean, to circle back round though, Polly, I really do wish that I could be more left-leaning in the things that I think and the things that I talk about. I would like to be able to actually have an honest conversation whereby I can criticize Trump and not feel like I'm just... adding extra fuel onto the fucking fire that's been started by a bunch of, upper middle class, wannabe upper class, quote unquote political class, nouvelle bourgeoisie twats.
Yeah.
I don't have those conversations because what is there left to say?
Yeah.
What is there left to say?
Yeah.
After they've had their fucking way with things?
Whoops. Well, you know what? I'm just looking at the time. Let's do some palate cleansers. And
let's do that.
We've been heavy duty on the heavy weight material. So let's talk about elephant meat. How's that for a jarring change?
That's good. That's good. Steve Dave says, "Yeah, we got a Frenchie round." We're breaking the conditioning, Polly.
Zimbabwe to cull 200 elephants to feed citizens left hungry by drought. Would you eat elephant?
I would. I would.
I would. Look at that.
Not at their current population and all that kind of thing.
Well, no, I'm not saying go after the rare ones,
but
I'm saying go after the ones that are more populous. I mean, look at all the stuff you can get from them.
Bro, that is a loin steak for a fucking year, isn't it?
I know. Imagine how long a tenderloin would be on that guy.
Oh, brother, man. Give me peace.
I mean, this is some well-grilled elephant meat, man. I would give it, 100% I'd give that a shot. Look at that.
But I mean, consider what they fucking eat, right? They largely, it's mostly fruit, nuts, some leaves, some other shit that they browse, right? That's good eating, man.
Yeah.
That's gotta be good eating.
And it's all they care about, it's just...
Is it halal? Is it halal? Not for you.
Yeah, let's just say no. Leave it alone. I mean, this looks fantastic, seriously. And it's like...
It really does.
This is...
Oh, no! Oh, that's marketing for you.
I guess it's not showing up that clearly. That's Chris. This is the jumbo pack with the cartoon elephant on it. And look at that price. That's $4.59 for a bunch of super thin cut flank steaks. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. When it comes to thin cut meat, I'm an entrecote boy. I really am. The full half of the loin steak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very popular over here.
Oh, look at that. Just tenderizing well, and it's all nice and seasoned.
I don't know. Could I? I don't think I could hunt an elephant though.
Is that a Price Chopper logo? There's a Price Chopper in Africa.
Looks that way. I mean, look, if they got a bunch of elephant carcasses kicking about with they've died for whatever reason, or they've already been poached, but we've managed to get a hold of the corpses, or
Yeah,
carcasses rather.
I think a lot of
Then
people
fair
have
enough.
this come to mind when they think of elephant hunting. And yeah, this is terrible. This is not what anyone should want. This is
No,
awful.
fuck that.
Because it's killing them and then leaving them behind, leaving their
It's a
carcass
waste.
behind. Yeah, it's wasteful. And it's like, I don't want them hunted for the sake of my own, like as delicious as this looks. If there's only 5 of them left, no, I don't want it. You know what I mean? Like, no, but there are elephants that are not endangered. And let's try the elephant soup. Not like that, but that's just... This is the veal of elephants, isn't it?
Oh, God. Now you put it like that, I hate it.
That's obviously just a bad picture, but it's or bad Photoshop job, but it's just funny to me.
Yeah, it's one of them. I'm a big believer in the notion that if you kill an animal, unless you are literally doing pest control, be it like rabbits, foxes, what have you. If you're hunting an animal, you should be eating what you catch. It is the respectful thing to do, I think. Call me a bleeding hot liberal if you will. I am in that.
But
regard.
I mean, when you hunt for the ivory, the natural ivory, it's like you're trying to get the tusks and then get the hell out of there. You're not going to report to the locals where they can find bushmeat. You know what I mean? Because it's just no, you're not supposed to be there at all. It's literally, it's literally illegal poaching. So therefore, no, you grab the tusks and get the hell out of there.
Which is why I am all in favor of the what do you call it, the rangers that they have out there. Those fellas that spend like fucking 15 days to 2 months at a time out ranging, just looking for poachers and blowing them away. I'm a big fan of theirs. Big fan of theirs. They got a fucking hard job.
Was I bragging about my ivory letter opener? No, Susan69. I don't think I will. I could use an ivory back scratcher, but I don't happen to have one right now.
And you'll take polycarbonate.
I mean, donate generously. I might get myself an ivory back. That's a big thing.
Obviously,
for
recycled.
Grips for guns, especially for 1911s. It's like resourced or repurposed ivory. Because it's like you don't want to use new ivory because, but it's like this was originally someone's bedpost, and the elephant that was killed for this was killed like, 80, 90 years ago. Yeah. You know what would actually be cool, actually, for my 1911? If I got like a secondhand piano or something like that, a really fucking old one that's fallen apart. Reuse the ivory from the keys to make grips. I'd do that. Oh, nice.
I'd do that.
Actually, at the hardware or the exotic hardwood store that I've been to, they have a whole bunch of ivory and ebony keys for making pens that are just piled up in a big bin for you to grab at the same price for every white key and black key. Yeah. And there's always dudes digging through there, and they come there just to get the wood for the pens. Yeah. To lathe it, like you said, so many things you can do with a lathe, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would repurpose piano key, like the faces, like cut those away or something like that, and then use that to make the grips, line it up and glue it and all that kind of thing.
Yeah,
maybe do some sort of like scrimshaw design in the actual grip as well.
I don't know what would be involved in laminating pieces of ivory like for grips, but that would be an interesting thing to do. I've never done anything like that. Laminate,
I wouldn't even
laterally, but never side to side, or no, whatever. You get my point.
I think I'd run diagonals, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah.
So the seam marks kind of line up with finger direction.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And would be.
I think that could be cool.
Deliberately picking part of the grain to show off. Don't hide the seam. Show off the seam. Make it part of
exactly.
Yeah.
Also to prove that this is recycled stuff. This is not fresh.
Yeah. As is a popular topic on both. AAA and Noir Bar. We're going to talk about moons to wrap her up now. 'Tis the season for the jelly. Do you want to know about Florida's moon jellyfish? Yes.
I do.
Here's what to look out for and to know to avoid sparring with this salty sea creature. Look at him.
Oh, he looks friendly now.
Why
I say that.
Yeah, it's when they, wrap their body around your head and choke you off. Like that's not really. They can just sting you to death.
You ever been stung by a jellyfish, Polly?
Yes, I have. Multiple times, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. It's never one of the lethal ones,
No, me either.
Just the ones that itch like a motherfucker. Yeah, those have been stung by repeatedly.
Oh, it's a different kind of itch as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you know about it.
Moon enthusiast, yay! Quick, Polly, touch
Sadly,
it.
the
No,
moon elf
they
is-
come touch you. You don't need to seek them out.
Thank you very much. You tell him Steve Dave for the $2. He says, "Hey Sam, thanks for your input on the wishing to be more left, but the French and the French you rent. Do you have an X account you can shill?" I do. It's down in the description right now. Actually, Polly added it.
I did it.
We went French there for a second. Yep.
And speaking of which,
Yeah,
you
it's
can
down
find also right there is Sam's Streamlab account, URL, site.
Yeah, the tip page. There we go.
The tip page. Yeah, there's Sam's Streamlabs tip page down below. So by all means, hit him up. It's you generously came
As is
along to
Polly's.
do today's show. Yeah, but I think they know where to find. I think mine's down there. Or did I delete it? Because I cleared out because I knew that Sinatra and Drunkle were not going to be here today. So I put tip Sam, and then I forgot to ask him for his URL. So it just said, donate to Sam, and nothing underneath it.
Yeah, I do want to point out, though, guys. Polly put this show together in rapid order, man, rapid order, and I think he's nailed it with some really quite interesting stuff today. So make sure you show him some love, yeah.
I just love to look at this thing. And no, it's got nothing to do with the moon. And I was disappointed. I wanted it that it came out during the moon. Like there's certain flowers that only bloom under moonlight at night,
What's that all about?
They're cool plants. I don't know.
It's because you think of like plants and all that kind of thing. They like the UV light, right? It's good for them. It's good.
I thought somebody told me one time that was really into different varieties of flowers that they're super delicate and they only grow in the shade. And so when a particular level of light happens during a certain season, they bloom because they know that the light will be there, but it won't scorch the shit out of them, so they can bloom and let out their what's the word I'm looking for?
Ooh.
Let out their pollen without it getting burned away in the sun.
Oh, and moths as well. There are certain flowers that are only fertilized by moths, right?
I didn't know that. Really?
Oh yeah.
That's kind of cool. Those are some night flowers. Yeah, there's no time for. Do bees fly at night? I don't think I've ever seen a bee or a wasp at night.
Not generally, no.
It's
No,
weird.
but moths, they got the furry bodies, and some of them they got the little proboscis that comes out, and
Yeah.
actually, do they? I don't know if moths can eat, because I know there's a lot of species of butterfly that cannot eat. They rely on the energy that they picked up while they were caterpillars. Anyway, tangent.
So they've got an extremely short lifespan, these butterflies, or an extremely limited
like
one, rather.
Yeah, like a week or two at most.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, they spend like 8 months eating, pretty much just nothing but eating, and then they undergo metamorphosis, and then they come out as butterflies, and all they do is look for a partner, lay eggs, fertilize eggs, whatever the hell, and then they just die.
Well, that explains women and why they get the butterfly tattoos, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
That was a joke. Them's was jokes. Kidding. The evolved in response to nighttime pollinators. The moths. That's you think of the flowers doing it, but it's like, no, the moths did. That's an interesting causal direction. That's funny. The moon jellyfish swims around in a coral reef in West Key, Florida. The coral reef, the largest in the continental United States, considered a barrier reef and is around 350 miles wide. And this is just information about this. Don't get near it. It'll sting you and it'll hurt. I was hoping that they swum around. Swum? Yeah. Past tense of swam. They swimmed around during the moonlight.
That's simple.
I was hoping, as you know, I'm a big fan of bioluminescence.
Some do bioluminescence.
Yeah, and there's jellyfish that are 100% bioluminescent that glow, right? A whole bunch of them, the moon jellies, and
sea glowies.
Yeah, the Luna lighters, and they. Somebody says, "Oh, it's moon now." Yeah. Well, it's when we're talking about Earth's moon, it's the moon, our moon, Luna. But I will not ever succumb. Sam, do you got an opinion on that? Whether the moon has a name, Luna, or whether its name is the moon?
Well, I mean, this is the thing. There was that talk a while ago about, calling it the moon. There's a variety of natural satellites for the Earth and blah 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 blah. So I'm kind of the opinion that Luna is its name and it is a moon. And if we do in fact only have one of them, you could refer to it as the moon. But its name is Luna, or Selene if you want to get Greek with it,
or Volene, who says Luna lighters. Yeah, that's right. So, does it have a name or not? Make a call.
Yeah, I think it does.
Nice. Nice. In your face, Drunkle.
Yeah, I did.
Let it go, Polly. I will never let it go. The moon has a name. It's Luna. It's a lovely name. I actually like it. I like the name.
I don't think you appreciate the gravity of the situation, chat.
Wow, Sam. And going through the donations that I had up, it's like there's a whole bunch of donations that I made and different cuts that I put together that I was going to use for donations. And the Razor Fist one was one of them. Miss Me Faggot, that one. And today and the events of yesterday is what reminded me of that. And I got to put that donation up. The Bugs Bunny one I forgot about. I forgot about this one. Should I have this one as a donation?
早速エアダスターを押してみましょう。
I can't hear it, but I can hear it.
Then it ends with excellente. I just I cut that together like, I don't know, almost a year ago now. And it's just...
Go fuck yourself. In chat says I believe it's 1/16. What, the gravity of the situation? Sounds about right.
Some call the moon Tim. Really? We're all toddlers. Damn right. That's an 11 or 12-year-old's comedy level. Sort of the level I operate at. It's fine. I mean, come on. Rubber butt farting with... That's great.
Real quick though, Polly.
Yep.
Just while this picture's still up.
Yep.
I feel sure that this probably is Force perspective, but I know that there are some jellyfish that really can get that fucking huge. Look at the guy over to the left
compared
there.
to the diver. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they got like a meter, 1 meter and a half across, you know?
Well, actually, I looked up the moon jellies here, and unfortunately, they're not even that color. This video's been colorized, and if you'll notice how sharp the image compared to all of the surroundings, they've like
superimposed. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think that jellyfish is actually there. It's just they outlined it and sharpened just the jellyfish so it would stand out that much more from its background. You know? Yeah.
I've been misled by...
Yeah. And moving on to the last
NBC
article
Miami.
that I thought was particularly interesting, and we'll be bringing it up again because this is just fun. Earth's new mini moon will orbit our planet for the next 2 months. We've got a little Luna. a semi-Selene. A minute moon. Tiny asteroid will orbit around our planet for 53 days from the end of September. This is actually really cool. If Far doesn't, I'm going to forward this article to her because I think she'll find this fascinating. She's all into the moons. When you purchase through our site, you may... Oh, wait a minute. That's it. I know. It just bugs me. This is a... even with ad block turned on, like I got ad block and I'm running this through Epic and it still can't block all the advertisements, man. Webmaster's goal in life is to figure out new ways to push crap on you.
It's a goddamn arms race, Polly.
Yeah. Earth is set to gain another lower M moon by the end of the month. How will we tell them apart? Because our moon has a name. That's how we'll be able to tell them apart. Luna or this pretender asteroid. A small asteroid that will be snared by Earth's gravity until the end of the year. The mini-moon, as asteroid 2024 PT5, was spotted by the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, or ATLAS, on August 7th. The space rock will make one complete orbit of our planet from September 29th to November 25th before escaping Earth's gravity. Yet, despite this 57-day close flyby of our planet, the asteroid will be hard to spot. It's just 33 feet wide, or 10 metres. That's only one giraffe. Our planet occasionally snags extra moons. For instance, a similar event occurred in 1981 and 2022, when the object 2022 NX1... why didn't you call it the Jonathan Archer? What an opportunity
Missed
lost.
opportunity,
Yeah,
right?
you could have called it the Archer asteroid. Became an ephemeral companion to our planet before swinging further away, as the astronomers noted. The researcher published their finding in September in the Journal of Research and Notes on the Ass. That's what it says. See? Research Notes of the Ass. Earth can regularly capture asteroids in the near-Earth object NEO population and pull it into orbit, making them mini-moons. The researchers wrote in the paper the recently discovered Apollo Atlas NEO 2024 PT5 follows a... What does PT5 stand for, Sam? We're clever.
Perseid something or other, perhaps. Presumably, it's from the Perseids.
Planet Tender. Planet Tender 5. It's the 5th one to pretend to be a planet. That resembles that of the, its orbital path follows that of the Archer asteroid, the 2022 NX-01, and may become a mini moon. NASA deems any space object that comes within 120 miles of Earth to be a near-Earth object, and classifies any large object around 4.7 million miles of our planet as potentially hazardous. NASA tracks the locations of orbits of nearly 28,000 asteroids using Atlas. Have you noticed the lack of, they dropped a space here, they added in an extra space right here. So yeah, that's 2 spaces, not 1. We don't need editors. That's what happens when you allow ChatGPT to write your articles for you. Livescience.com. According to the new study, 2024 Pretender Planet number 5 likely originated from the Arjuna asteroid belt. I've never even heard of that. The Arjuna? Maybe
No,
it's
I'm not
Mexico.
familiar.
A diverse jumble of
be.
space rocks that orbit the sun close to our planet. Due to its orbit being closely matched by our own, calculations indicate the asteroid will orbit Earth again in 2025 and then in 2055. So for the next month, starting September 25th, was that 25th? It end the 25th. 29th, excuse me. Starting September 29th, we got 2 moons, guys.
Two moons in the moon set.
I'm gonna make a note of that. I'm gonna start tweeting that out. We got 2 moons. Now, how do we differentiate? Because one's called Luna. That's how. This is my chance. It's my moment, Sam.
I'm gonna start a cult, Polly. Cult of the fleeting Celine.
Planet
You're all
Tenderizer. Holy shit, Valine. It's not gonna hit Earth. Not hit Earth. Wow. Planet Tenderizer.
Well, Far's gonna be disappointed the fact that it's not gonna.
Well, I had hopes, but sadly, Craving the Grave continues. I will yearn the urn further on. It's fine. Anyway, mini moons aren't just curiosities for asteroid watchers. The rocks hold valuable minerals and water that can be used for rocket fuel, making them ideal stepping stones for companies preparing to mine asteroids. Wow, that's very colonial of you, isn't it?
Very much so.
But I'm okay with it. Colonize space. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Yeah, I know. Had my fill.
Oh, no kidding. Although, I mean, I suppose that they will make, these near-Earth objects, they will make very, very good practice for developing our asteroid mining operations, I would suppose.
I understand the idea, and it makes a hell of a lot of sense that mining asteroids is not useful if you're thinking of using the materials on the surface of the Earth, because the transportation to and from is it's worth more than bringing the materials to Earth would support. Like you're paying more to get them up and down, unless you develop some kind of tether system by which they can operate. But
which is just not practical, because the cables alone, to do something like that. Yeah, no, you'd have to trap that shit in orbit, right?
Yeah. So and use it up there.
Sweet. Exactly.
And there's plenty.
Build a space station out of it.
Yeah, and there's plenty of use for it up there. Because we're in the middle of colonizing space, as I said. So yay. We're now
mini moon base.
Lol. Yeah. Well, I mean, lunar base, man. I want a lunar base. I mean, I'm tired of talking about fucking Mars, and Far 100% agrees with me on this. We need to focus on the moon, and Mars is totally overrated, man. It's less interesting red-tinted moon, so why do we care? It's loser Luna.
Well, similarities to our own planet. I think that's the primary interest, right?
Quit trying to justify the expense of jumping past the cool thing and going towards that. And I mean, the blunt truth is, and people are just going to have to accept it, there ain't no life there, okay?
Like Valine says, can we just space missile it, for science? Yeah, let's blow some shit up. This is not just colonialism, this is American colonialism. Let's blow some shit up while we're there. Fuck it.
And I know Scribe is, Luna says in chat, Scribe is a strong supporter of Moonbase and has been for some time. So I know he's on our side on this one.
Yeah.
Enough
Mini
of this
Moonbase.
Mars crap. Delusion. So that brings us to the end of our show. I wish I had a titular article to end off on. Well, I do. I'm still hungover.
wow.
Guess what I'm going to do? Hydrate, get some Tylenol, and some rest because, whew, oh man. Still feeling it.
Ugh.
My headache's a lot better, but not by much. The Martians
Yeah,
through,
no.
Polly. The Martians, though. Oh, fuck the Martians.
Don't fuck the Martians. They're not alien fish women.
No, there aren't, but, it's fine to wipe them out. And I'm tired of hearing about, we're going to spot a subsurface sea on one of the Jovian moons. No, we're not. It doesn't mean that they're not worth exploring and colonizing, 100%, but you are not going to find alien fish women swimming in a subsurface sea. It's just,
Right.
you're not.
They're just giant crystallized space farts. That's all they are, which is pretty cool.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're made of methane, Space farts.
Spite Sam. Well, yeah, if anybody has any questions going on while we wrap her up, by all means, do so. In the meantime, Sam, tell us about your game streams.
Oh, game streams. Okay, so yesterday I did, obviously, funnily enough, space.
Nice.
The final frontier. Yeah, so it was Sci-Fi Sunday yesterday. I started the second and final DLC of the Outer Worlds video game thing that I've been playing. So far I'm enjoying it quite a bit more than I did the last one. I'm going places, I'm doing things, I'm talking to people, I'm shooting fools. I'm shooting fools, Polly.
Nice.
Yeah, they're getting dusted with a space musket.
Yeah? You're pulling up skirts, yanking wigs, and blasting fools?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, splitting wigs, taking names, man. So that's fun. If you would, if high fantasy is more your speed, tomorrow evening I will be returning to Old School Scape for some. That will be a little bit more laid back, because those things are. It's a point and click adventure on a tick system. So if that kind of thing tickles your fancy, make sure you come check me out on that. And then on Thursday, as is the usual, I will be returning to the Shadow lands, or the lands of Shadow, beyond the Erd Tree, with Eve and Zelthor. And that's 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, and 4 a.m. Central European time. So yeah, make sure you're there if you want to come hang out. Chat is, of course, always on, and I do keep a good eye on it. So yeah, if you've got any questions or you just something you want to let me know, make sure you're there.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And then, Polly, day following.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be a Noir Bar, right?
Oh, yeah. It will be. Yeah. This Friday, we'll be doing another Noir Bar. And Wednesday, day after tomorrow, AAA over on my channel again. And I promise it'll be a more organized stream. Back to the regular format. Today I didn't have much time to put it together, but thank you for everyone showing up. I wanted to offer you guys something, even though I was hungover. I wanted to just lay down with a cold cloth on my head, but I thought, no, best chat online.
The show must go on.
Yeah, I'll do something, anything, just to keep it going. I myself have missed a number of shows, so I certainly understand. Hey, IRL stuff happens, guys. It does. And Drunkle he's not out carousing. He's out working. And that's life, man. Work comes up, unfortunately. And he did let us know earlier on today, but I only saw the DM from him recently. So yeah, he's working away, doing what he's got to do. And same with Sinatra. IRL stuff took over for him as well. So that's the way it is. Well wishes sent out to them, I'm sure would be greatly appreciated. If you haven't already, on your way out, hit that like button. If you're listening in the future, comments below. I love reading the comments. And if you're still interested in helping out past that point, feel free to go over to X and hit the excerpt that I sent out earlier announcing that the show is going live. In the meantime, if you're interested in when the next time we're going to be on, that'll be Wednesday on my channel at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, sometime 5 hours later in Europe.
10:30 p.m. GMT, and what's that? 4:30 a.m. Christmas Island?
No, that'll be...
Is that about right?
No. Oh, yeah, we are still in daylight savings time, and Christmas Island is part of Western Australia, so it's technically 4:30 a.m.
There
on
you
Christmas
go.
Island.
Got it. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Fucking did it this time.
Good guess, man. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. So yeah, Christmas Island, you're in our shout outs. Love you, Flying Fish Cove people. You're awesome. And in the meantime, chat, thank you very much for the donations. Thank you for coming in and talking with us and chatting with us and everything like that. And as we say,
greatly appreciate
go
it.
home. Don't be here hanging out with Card and an Otter. That's just strange. Oh, somebody did ask in chat. Where do we find AAA next? I already answered that. Have you watched Hellsing Ultimate yet? No. I saw you ask that earlier, Bobby. I haven't yet. No. And then the other question is, do you see the zombie otters approaching from Shirgo Gospel? No. You know why? Because I'm not an ignorant female jogger running into otters territory, wondering why I'm getting attacked by 8 of them. I don't do shit like that. Those otters did nothing wrong.
Talk shit, get shotted.
That's right. Have a good night, everyone. See you again later.
Genau.